He's fantastic.
But them's the breaks.
Ow! Oh my God! It killed me!
I don't like Elon Musk. I'ma say it 50,000 times.
Not particularly.
I love Tesla. I don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
And the girls are fighting, aren't they?
This bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
Take it for me!
Good Lord.
Oh, now that I know that I can hit the soundboard whilst the music is playing. Oh,
I was about to ask, is that you just fucking with the intro and playing shit?
Of course it is.
yeah.
All right.
Of course it is.
Unlimited power. Hi, everybody. I'm Mikey Famine. No, I'm Tim Bristol, owner of the Cheese Cult. Welcome to my Cheese Cult.
He runs it out of a truck.
That's great.
I should have worn my Slend shirt. I didn't know you were going to wear yours. I would have worn mine too.
Sponge. That's
Oh.
backwards and can't be read on camera.
I wore my BajaCon shirt.
There you go. I'm wearing a Science AF shirt
Nice.
with a fractal
It's
star.
The next time I wear this shirt, I'll be at BajaCon.
Unless Laundry Day takes a wicked turn and he has to do some repeats. And he
That's
just
true.
my washer went out, and I only wore it for a little bit on the show. I think that was still good in the rotation.
I just want to point out that I have our logo backwards on the TV behind me.
It's not backwards to us.
No,
Oh.
it's fine.
It's backwards to me.
You can fix that in your settings. You can have it unmirror you.
Oh,
I like it when it does that, because then if I do like the reaching to the thing, it screws me up.
that's fair.
But Tim is not with us yet. He's busy being some sort of comedian. Okay.
She does that stuff, yeah.
Hells Bales. What up, Helen? I was just on their show. I will. Ollie, do you mind grabbing that link for me and dropping it in
Yes, just a
for the
second.
one I just was on? Yeah, I just did a sweet 90 minutes over there on the Fireside Chats.
I
And,
watched much of it. It was entertaining.
We had some fun. So definitely give them a follow. Air horns for the people here. Let's see who's here. Kay's here. Helen's here. Trent's here. Ollie's here. Miss Non Sequitur's here. We're all here.
Push
Everyone's present and accounted for.
except him.
Except him. So here's the
Link
here's-
drop.
thank you. Here's the beauty of today. Because Tim is the normal host and he's not here, I have usurped the throne. And we're gonna
All a vote of no confidence.
I am the Excel spreadsheet.
I am the leader.
I'm your leader. You know.
I am the couch master.
Oh my god.
Lord of the upholstery.
So we can do a little. I'm ignoring you. I'm fucking ignoring you.
Oh, it's gonna come back.
Why don't we? Is there anything that we can like workshop now that we want to watch? I already got some Donnie. I got Pam Bondi being an absolute Pam Bondi.
Oof.
Oh, you know who else? That fucking the lawyer guy for the Eric Adams case. What is his
Okay.
name?
No idea.
Let me
I'm on it.
Klobuchar? No.
You know me, I'm
who's
not good
Tim's-
with names.
Tim's,
Alex Spiro.
Mm-mm.
No?
It's Emil something the third.
The Professor Ed, Mary Ann.
Emil Bovey,
What's up, man? You went to bed?
I think.
Yeah, Emil Bovey. He was asked questions by Klobuchar. Not Klobuchar. Who was it? Clyburn. No, baby. What's up, baby? Huh? Yeah. You going to bed?
No, she just woke up.
You can go to bed.
No, I'm not going to bed.
You can go to bed.
Good night, Madam
Good
Famine.
night.
They're saying good night, Madam Famine. Ma'am fam. That's what ma'am stands for. Did you know that? Ma'am is
Mammary,
Fam.
Family. Nope. that
ma'am
doesn't
is
work.
madam.
Madam Famery? What? No.
You know what
No.
sir's short for?
Surge?
Sir. It's not abbreviated.
Yeah.
She's giving me quite the look. You guys can't see it, but
She's gonna hit you while you're asleep.
Yeah, yeah.
joke's on her. I don't sleep.
Maybe,
Ah,
maybe while you're awake, too.
she's gonna throw stuff at you while you're awake.
She's gonna put the truck through the drywall, go through the garage, and just plow through my office. I said, "Shut up!"
You see a hammer fly by and embed in the wall behind you. Oh my! Oh, no!
Someone sensitive must be her time. Oh God! Oh, God.
Oh no!
The whole kitchen comes flying through into the camera shot.
You man, you know, suggest such things.
Oh, we should get the Vinny dude. I think
Vinny.
it's the Vinny dude from the Patrick Bet-David show. He went on to that weird new thing that Anna Kasparian was doing, talking with a bunch of like red women, red voting women, and the dude literally fucking threw a tampon at her.
Oh no!
Like while they're live recording, he throws a tampon at her. I was beside I'm like, you didn't hit him? Oh man. All right, let me see if I can grab that one.
There was another good one with Joy Reid talking about Mamdani's win in the primary on CNN. I'm trying to remember who else was on it.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, that's the shortened clip. I don't want the shortened clip.
Give me the thing on you. Oh,
Where's the show? It's funny, like all the reactions come up, but not the actual podcast. Oh, there it is. Her take. There we go.
Iran,
There we go.
oh yeah. Sorry, it wasn't the Mamdani. Well, it was that too, but they also go deep into Iran and why the Republicans are morons.
You can, well, I don't know if that one fits the ranking format thing,
Probably not.
but
I
we
just
can
thought it
watch.
was
But we can watch it while we're getting stuff together. Put it up. Pull it up. Share your screen, sir.
Screen share? I can screen share.
Do it.
Pull the lever, cronk. I don't even know why we have that lever.
Oh, I do. It's hilarious. That's why.
Because everybody needs to have a fucking lever that you can just evacuate people out of your crib. That would be amazing. Dog needs to go out. Fucking motherfucker just in the backyard, like, what the hell just happened? Yeah, got that lever installed, motherfucker.
How much does it cost to put a lever in my house?
Not yet.
Too much.
Uh,
Is that at the end? I feel like it's near the end. I'm trying to find the
cities.
Yeah, do you know why that's happening?
I'll just pull up the transcript and slate it.
I got the Iran debate queued if you're ready.
Oh, remove, add.
What do the American people think? 2 polls out today, a CNN poll, a CBS poll, both show that pretty large majorities oppose the United States bombing Iran.
I'm shocked.
56% disapprove, 44% approve. Basically identical results in these polls. Not a whole lot of things right now get results like that, and it's pretty clear where they stand.
That probably also includes a lot of Republicans who voted for Donald Trump because he promised not to wage World War III, not to get us involved in foreign wars.
No.
Look, we can debate the history, but we are where we are, right? And so I would feel a lot better because all of us around this table are old enough to have lived through a point in American history where we went to war and where foreign policy and military action was taken based on inaccurate, either purposefully or inaccurate or negligently inaccurate information
Vietnam.
about weapons of mass destruction. I think it is important
Iraq.
at this point for
Can't
the
answer.
President of the United States to be
How can
accurate.
Trump win a peace prize if he doesn't have a world war to
Yes,
stop?
I know that bragging,
Got us there,
exaggerating,
Ali.
bluster, and lying is part of Donald Trump's
He blew up war,
brand
Ollie.
and his
Yep.
persona. But the American people and also the members of Congress who were supposed to get briefed today, and that briefing got canceled at the last minute, deserve transparency and deserve to know exactly what is happening here and what comes next.
Is anyone going to talk about the fact that there's a ceasefire? Is anyone going to bring up the fact that that Iran and, and Israel and
hold on, pause it, pause it.
as we speak?
It is.
Yo, homie has on the sickest tie known to man. I remember watching this in the moment, and I was like, taken aback. This
Man
is
on
a
the
high
right or
clip.
man on the left?
On the right. No, what the fuck is going on over there?
Hey, I'm just
I don't
checking.
know. I don't know.
Checking.
What the fuck is that orange monstrosity?
It's
Orange
poo
is brown.
brown. Okay.
Orange is brown.
It's
brown with
Trump
red.
poo brown.
Brown with red. That's all it is.
That
But
that
it's-
guy on the left, if anybody remembers the original Magnum PI show with Tom Selleck, that guy right there looks like Higgins with a wig on. That's what that guy looks like.
We call
Oh,
him
it is.
Wiggins.
Yeah, Wiggins. Wiggins.
All right, I just wanted to point out homie's tie on the right. It is spectacular.
That is a nice tie.
It's so good.
That's all I'm going to watch now. So
The
thanks.
longer I look at it, you know.
Is that not a victory?
Arthur, it is a very good
Less
question.
death going on. right
Arthur,
now?
it is a very
Also, ceasefire was broken multiple times already, but who knows? Who
Yep.
cares?
Yep.
It's fine.
very good question. I think people have been wondering why Iran reacted the way that it did to the strikes from over the weekend. Why did they telegraph to the United States that they were going to send missiles to those bases, that base in Qatar? And I think that some people are asking tonight whether one of the reasons is because they know that what's underneath Fordo and these other nuclear sites isn't completely eliminated.
No, that's because they don't want any more bunker buster bombs dropped on Iran.
Exactly.
You know who said that MOP, the massive ordnance penetrator, you know who said that was going to be the #1 deterrent to nuclear Iran? Chuck Schumer. And he said it when Barack Obama was
But I
president,
guess
and
the
he
question
developed it.
is that
And
true?
But
Is
this
it
isn't-
actually
this is-
true that it is the #1 deterrent? Because what look, and I
Or
want to
will
be
it make
clear,
them
this
mad?
assessment that we're discussing, it's preliminary. It will be added to by other intelligence agencies. There will be disagreement, as there often is, as you know, I know you know very well. So I don't want people to think this is the Bible, okay? It's not. But at the same time, is it not likely that Iran has already moved the enriched uranium, could just restart this whole thing in a year?
We have to
Well,
rebuild
this is not a
centrifuges.
story about one bomb. Iran's capabilities have
PH,
been
Don
massively degraded over the
That's
last
funny,
year and a
Ken.
half. Israel has done a remarkable job of destroying multiple armies, full armies. Israel has absorbed 28,000 rocket attacks, and this little David has defeated this massive Goliath, and that opened this opportunity for the United
Wait a
States.
minute.
And
So, David is the country with nukes,
Okay, yep.
and Goliath is the country with a massively outdated military and air force.
Yeah, that's right.
Totally makes sense. Yep. Okay.
Yep. Is it really even a David and Goliath though? What are the populations of the two countries? Iran's right around 90 million.
92, I think.
Yeah,
Israel,
what's Israel?
tiny comparatively.
So that's where they're probably making their reference, just population based. So, which is totally unfair.
Under 10 million.
Yeah, because nukes versus no nukes is there's where the Goliath is.
Well, and you have the United States military complex just giving you shit for free.
Yep.
Or at a severe discount. It's not the size of a country that determines if it's going to win a conflict. So it's that.
How advanced their technology is for war.
Mm-hmm.
And,
which is why I forget Mikey, you might remember the prime minister of Iran who died, I think, last year in a helicopter crash. Can't remember his name.
I don't have any idea.
But anyway, he was flying in a helicopter that was like 40, 50 years old. Like, it was a relic and not well. They couldn't maintain or get parts for it anymore. And like, that's their Goliath. Morons.
Yes, there is a sordid history, but the United States, since 1945, has basically guaranteed and overseen the greatest period of peace and prosperity in the world relative to all other points in
We're
human
drowning
history.
in
The United
peace.
States is
That's a bullshit
The United
statement.
States. The United States did not start.
versus Iran.
Did not.
This has
hold
been at
on.
war
No,
constantly.
First of all,
They just don't call it war.
One moment.
Well, yeah, it's
Two
a
nuclear powers.
military
the United
action.
States and
Got
Israel
pause.
bombed a
Was it?
non-nuclear power, which under the
You gotta pause when you're talking because we can't hear you guys over the thing.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, what'd you say, Ali? We're always at war, and then you said something, Mark.
I said that's a bullshit statement from him because the United States has basically constantly been at war since World War II. They just don't call it war.
Mhm.
Right?
Well, they're called military actions or special operations or whatever colorful bow you want to put on it. And
Selected strikes or whatever, preemptive strikes.
if memory serves, the United States hasn't actually declared war since World War II officially.
Right.
Vietnam.
No,
And the Korean War too.
those were not technically declared wars.
Police actions. They were police actions, weren't they? That's right.
Stopping the spread of communism.
By blowing up people.
That always makes people agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
Killing them.
under the Obama administration, signed a deal to decrease their enrichment of uranium. They signed that deal under President Obama. Donald Trump came along, abrogated, and ended that agreement such that they could begin enriching again. And Joe Biden came along, did not put that agreement back in place. Iran has been outside of that agreement since President Trump's first term. Did they in that time build a nuclear weapon? They did not. The 16 intelligence agencies which assess this for a living, it is their only job, have already concluded that they were not attempting to. Wait, but no.
It's not semantics.
It's
they didn't do it.
It's leverage.
Well,
it's you know, like they would be at, even if they made one, they'd be at one. And we're at 6,000.
With a third or 10,000 in storage if we feel like it.
Like, what are we talking about here?
And on top of that, the United States is supplying Israel the technology to shoot that one down if it ever came their way.
But Israel doesn't have any officially.
No.
Yeah, bullshit.
Okay.
Well, and it's the conundrum of these countries don't want to get stepped on. Because big countries step on small countries.
Right.
Why have we never bombed North Korea since the Korean War?
Because they have intercontinental ballistic missiles with fissionable nuclear material.
Ding. So what does every other regime that doesn't just fall in line under Western capitalism want?
One of those rockets or rockets of my own.
Yep. I'm honestly surprised Russia hasn't just like sold some to Iran at this point.
Who says they didn't?
Who says they didn't?
Well, and it's the assured destruction. If they fired one, we fire 100, and like their country ceases to exist. You know it. But if there was no
the problem with that is all the surrounding countries probably cease to exist due to radiation and fallout and shit like that. And
We got lit up at the UN Council by who's their neighbor? Iraq. Iraq fucking lit us up at the UN table because they're like, hey, dickhead, don't blow up the nuclear sites. It's called wind, motherfucker. Like, fuck off, blowing up shit in our neighbor's backyard. Leave that shit alone. Hit them somewhere else. Do not hit them in the fucking like, I have to live here. I'm not part of your shit. Don't go fucking setting the forest on fire because you two are fighting.
Yeah. Well, in Pakistan's like, if anyone drops a nuke on Iran, we will nuke you back.
Can we just all de-nuke and calm the fuck down?
That would be nice.
Presidents, get your asses into the gladiator pit. This is how we solve world conflicts now.
Mortal Kombat World Leader Edition.
Yeah.
I used to be in the pack of getting rid of all nuclear weapons. I now, however, am a little more cautious about that because that just gives people more creative ways to try to kill each other instead of that. It goes back to more of a conventional war of like World War II and prior. And that's a dangerous thing to start up again if there's no deterrent. And like it's a shitty system. It's not, but
if only there was a way of like taking care of people's tangible needs in a way that they didn't feel the need to attack others.
Star Trek.
If only there was a way.
Nope,
not possible. Moving on.
Fire the missiles.
Fire the missiles.
Bomb the hell out of them.
Damn the torpedoes.
Oh.
One other question.
So
One
you
other
have to
question.
stop and let
Just
us ask a question.
hold on one second, just a second, because Jamie, I'm curious about this.
Yeah.
What she just said was that since Iran is outside of the nuclear deal that Trump got out of, were they able to build a nuclear weapon in that time?
Yes, so the answer,
eight plus years.
Do they have a nuclear bomb now? Probably not. But here's what happened. As part of
they have
that deal,
60%
That's an important thing that you're hand waving away there, guy.
I know, I guess, I understand that. I just want to be.
Don't look at the writing.
Because I think the point that she's making is that in that time, Iran has not actually, at that time, the talk was that they were weeks away, months away from building a nuclear weapon. We're 8 years later.
They
and
are.
they've
So
been
hold
weeks
on,
away
hold on,
since
hold
the
on,
90s.
Abby.
according
On May the 31st, the International Atomic Energy Association censured Iran for being out of compliance. They say they've not been truthful. They say they have undeclared nuclear material. They have nuclear material that's enriched to 60%.
But
why do they
I
do
think
that, Joy?
one of the
As a deterrent.
Yep.
So I can't have nukes, but hey, I'm only 3 months away now, so you better fucking leave me alone. Better not come in here.
And what's stopping them from making a 60% bomb? Yeah, it's not as big.
And with
Still
that
works,
justification, I'm trying to think of it like an example I can
You just
create.
have to use
like,
more of it.
Yep. You just have to use more of it.
I stole someone's money, a small amount of money. That equals me to kidnapping your whole family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are the same. Like that's the
No.
same basic argument here.
A crime is a crime, so they all must have the same punishment.
Death penalty.
Guillotine.
Is it really just a crime for them to be just trying to get back on an even footing?
Yes.
Yep. They're not allowed to do that, according to the West.
Well,
Like,
and
I understand the threat, so I am honestly up in the air on it because they have been threatening for a long time to do dumb shit.
But why are they threatening? It's not because and I think they get to it in this clip. It's not that we destabilized their government, ousted their democratic president, put in a monarchy that they then rebelled against, and we're still mad they did that because we don't get to control all their oil. Like, everything goes back to the U.S. fucking with them first.
Because we don't do this to Germany
anymore.
You know what I mean? Or France. France has nuclear. You know, they have nuclear capacities. We don't do it to France.
Or England.
Yeah.
Or Russia. Why? Nukes. So they just want to be, I don't like their regime. Their regime is shitty. It oppresses people. It takes away rights. It's awful in every regard. But if everyone else in the world is just kicking you over and over on the ground because you're not complying with them, what are you going to do?
And if we're the biggest kid on the playground, we don't need to kick them.
No.
If they fucking started some shit with us, that would be a mistake. That would just flat out, that would just be the end of you. Like attack us at your own peril. I don't think it's a good thing that we would strike back, but we would decimate that place.
Yeah.
Just completely obliterate the land. It would be barren for a lifetime.
And that brings back the North Korea example.
Yep.
They've been threatening us for 70, 80 years.
We haven't landed a single troop. We haven't put a single munition down over there.
Nope.
Why?
Because they have nukes.
And it's and I don't think, like, honestly, I don't know if it was Dave Smith or one of these like libertarian motherfuckers, but someone's like, just de-nuke the entire Middle East. Kind of in agreement. Number one, there's way too much fucking trade that goes through the Middle East, the Straits of Hormuz, and there's so much natural resources down there. Y'all don't need no nukes around here. No, none around here. And if the UN was worth its fucking weight in fucking paper clips, there should be some sort of peacekeeping force that should have been maintaining the peace in that region since its inception back in, what was that, 45 or 46 or whatever. But it hasn't happened. So here we are 60 years later, and the shit still hasn't been fucking picked. It's just been can kicked down the road. And here we are again at the can collection spot.
New plan. We give every country 5 nukes.
Oh.
Can't have any
Everybody
more.
gets one.
Or that's a slightly more unfair because you have countries like Gabon, which are the size of a city, and you have countries like Russia that are most of a continent. So I don't know exactly how that would work. But
choose wisely.
Everyone gets one.
It's
war ends.
Would it be a population thing?
That's dangerous too, though.
No one needs
China and
nukes.
India are going to have so many nukes.
No one needs nukes. You don't need nukes.
But again, it goes back to like the question before. Doesn't that mean we just go back to conventional war or chemical or bio war?
For what?
Nukes are
About
off the
what?
table.
Like what? Like think about the
money.
Like the current conflicts that we're having are Russia, Ukraine, Israel, and everyone fucking being bombed by them, and then South Sudan and Congo,
Myanmar,
Haiti,
Pakistan, India.
So I mean, like, so if the table is set so that everybody is allowed to use nukes, it's a bad situation in 100 million areas all at once. Yeah. I say no nukes, and we have two, you know what I mean, 1 or 2 fronts to deal with.
Yeah.
And
all that takes is one bad dictator, saying, I'm on my deathbed, I don't care, and light them off.
I mean, what if Russia lets
the UN?
Yeah.
It's like not the conspiracy theory aliens are going to invade, but like there is shit that could happen where like you might want to have that in the back pocket. But
a nuke's not going to save us from an asteroid.
10,000 might.
Yeah, and then you got 10,000 asteroids.
Better than one big one.
No. Would you like to be hit with a sniper bullet, or would you like to get hit with a shotgun?
Shotgun.
Okay.
Well,
let me take that back. Would you like one of those Bob like from Mario 3, those big bullets, one of those to hit you, or a shotgun at point blank? Like that's kind of
shotgun. Still shotgun.
Yeah, still shotgun.
But the Bob is only going to be able to hit one spot.
But that bomb destroys the world.
Yeah.
So does the little ones.
No,
there is more of a chance of human survival in that regard.
And if we break it up small enough, the atmosphere takes out the pieces, dude. The same as it does with every other tiny little asteroid that comes in.
So you've seen a fair few number of meteorites in your day, Ollie. On average, can you guess how big those meteorites are?
They're anywhere from the size of about a dime up to maybe a baseball, softball.
Usually dime and below.
Yeah. Okay.
They're usually like grain of sand, grain of rice. They're usually like tiny, and they just burn up like that. So, what fucking nuke do you know that's going to take fucking? I mean, like this is what I'm saying.
Staggered detonations.
Yeah, it would have to be at some point.
That's why you have 10,000.
That's why you have 10,000.
Better idea. You're going to have to fire these out of rockets, right?
Probably.
Why don't you put all of them into one big rocket, fly that rocket to the thing, attach those rockets to the fucking thing, and rocket it away from us? That would be
Armageddon.
That's a better.
Yep.
That's literally you're better off deflecting it away altogether than to try to the atmosphere will take care of it. I mean,
gotta
if
be
the
honest with
atmosphere
you.
is starting to get disrupted, who knows? It might just come right
that
in.
might be impossible because by the time we detect it and can get to it, it'll just be too close to us for us to be able to move it enough to miss us.
Well, and and the Armageddon movie talks about this. I kind of like the movie, as dumb and bizarre as it is, and none of the math
driving around on the asteroid
Yeah.
and fucking rovers is fucking hilarious.
I want to do that though. I want to do that.
Right?
But yeah.
Just play Halo 3, the last mission. Same thing.
The math
Mass
to
Effect.
launch
Yeah.
a rocket with rockets to gain enough velocity to match the asteroid to then land on it, and this thing is probably spinning and has its own atmosphere of shit.
Yeah.
I think
a lot of
is impossible.
volatiles. A lot of
I know.
volatiles going on. But we
AI
did
isn't there
land.
yet.
We did land on a comet. Just gonna throw
We
it
did.
out there. We can do this kind of stuff.
If only we fed everybody and gave everyone good lives, we could just focus on the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I just talked about it over on the other show on the Fireside Chats. I just talked about, but the Vera Rubin satellite is up and running. It's everything we ever dreamed it would be. It's everything. We're about to be so spoiled. I'm so excited. So excited.
Have you heard of the theory that our galaxy is in a black hole?
Yes.
Or our universe is in a black hole?
Yes.
Universe.
The math checks out that way.
Because 2/3 of all galaxies in the universe rotate like counterclockwise or something.
I didn't know it was because of the counterclockwise argument, but
Well, and it's because the math doesn't support that. The math should be like, it should be close to 50-50 because there's a random chance of which direction your galaxy will spin. But 2/3 spin in one direction. And that isn't possible unless something else is affecting it, which I don't know.
But we don't know.
Science
But
fact of the day.
but we're gonna learn more. Like we're gonna be like it's taking so many. Okay, the images it's taking. I downloaded one of the free images off of their website. It's 14 gigs. I had to use Photoshop to open it.
I like it.
It's enormous. So each frame that it's taking for this, like, well, they're gonna make a video of it. Spoiler alert. Each frame is the equivalent of 400 4K TVs. That's the size of the image each exposure takes. And that shit goes straight into the server room downstairs to start processing the data. No more taking exposures and, you know, somebody lights a cigarette and it gets too light, it gets too bright and it ruins it. And then we got to wait for next month because the weather got fucked up. No. It is in the Atacama Desert at the top of the Andes where it has never rained. like the Super Death Valley is down the fucking ridge. The Andes is right there. So it hasn't rained there probably since the Andes started piercing the clouds. Like it just no moisture gets over there. It's the driest place on Earth. The best possible spot for a visual telescope that has to look through the atmosphere.
Climate change will make it rain.
It better not rain on that telescope. I'd be so sad. I'd be so sad.
Welcome to our political review show where we talk about nukes and comets.
And rain.
And rain.
And the weather.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do one more little clip. Tim should be joining us soon. This is well, here you go, guys.
This is
In
pineapple.
the case that I'm outlining, I'm talking about 3 Israeli hostages. If you're not willing to be critical of
that's Anna. Maybe people don't know who she is. That's Anna Kasparian. She's the co-host and founder of TYT, the Young Turks, over on YouTube. She has taken a bit of a turn, as it would appear, but she's not a right winger now. She's a left winger in this scene, and she's arguing with how Trump's war hawking is not very America first.
Israel, I question how honest you're being about this whole situation.
I'm critical of Israel just like I'm critical of America.
Can we be...
Lindy,
Hold on.
If America makes mistakes, I'll call them out. But I'm very pro-America. But we do make mistakes. If Israel makes mistakes, I'll call them out. But I'm very pro-Israel. I don't understand where you're...
Yeah, she's a fucking turf. she's very she was the one who went viral for the whole birthing person thing. And I don't want to be called a birthing person. Guess what? Me and my wife went to the hospital and she was pregnant and we were there to have a baby. And we saw birthing person on the paperwork. And then you know what the hospital staff did? They say, are we going with mom? And she said, yeah. So they said mom. And if we would have said birthing person, they would have said birthing person.
Yep.
If you're not a fucking pregnant woman, what the fuck do you care?
Reasons.
Fucking addicted to your LA lifestyle as if you're ever going to get fucking pregnant. Like, shut up, lady. But anyways, she's actually doing good on this part. And, well, you'll see.
You're doing when you're trying to be pro-Hamas and pro-Iran. Hold on.
When you strawman me, it makes this entire exchange fall apart. So I'm trying to have an honest exchange with you. I'm not putting words in your mouth. Please don't put words in my mouth.
You can talk when I'm done talking, and that's how this will work. No?
But if you strawman me, and argue that I'm making arguments that I didn't make, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you if you lie about what I'm saying.
So you're a grown-up when you argue. Got it.
I am a grown-up, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So you seem very emotional. I threw you a tissue just in case. I also have a tampon. In case you need a tampon.
Adam's just going to beat the shit out of you.
That's fine.
What the fuck? That is one of the rudest things I think I've seen. What the fuck?
Are we on the Gutfeld show?
Yeah.
Fuck
me. What the?
You know,
throw your mug at him.
That was so bad it bothered my dog.
This is the dishonorable mention of all dishonorable mentions.
Wow.
Jesus. I just.
Are we
wow. Are we doing it?
Goodbye, everyone. Patreon.
Two of those when I went through puberty. Honka honka, we're all gonna die. Anyway.
He's gonna die. He's about to.
This is why when the women take over, we will all be in cages.
I'm just fighting for a cushion in my cage.
You know, I'd like a nice soft pillow in there. Maybe a little water bottle with the marble in there so I can annoy the shit out of her at night. Only drink
Little
at
bell.
night.
Ding, 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 ding.
Only drink at night, gentlemen. That's the only way we're gonna get cups.
Adam, it's a tampon just in case you start crying.
Listen, I'm not deterred by your.
Look at the reaction of the rest of the women.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yo, would it have been a trans woman that did that? See what I'm saying?
Like ridiculous juvenile attacks. Let's have an argument about the actual facts.
Throw a bottle of Viagra at him.
Terrorists.
Yeah, throw him some Blue Chew.
Yeah.
Around the world. And in this one particular situation, why isn't Israel doing genocide in Lebanon? Why aren't they doing it in Syria? Why aren't they doing it everywhere else? Why is it only in Gaza?
They are! Dumbass.
Hezbollah.
Yeah, they kind of are.
Hezbollah mostly. They thought it was going to be a cakewalk and it didn't go the way that they planned.
All those times they were just bombing ISIS in Syria.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Or when was it? The Syrian civil war, the government collapsed and the others took over, and then they decided to just bomb the military infrastructure that was left so that they wouldn't have anything. Yeah, they're leaving their neighbors alone.
But this is the fucking the sidekick over on the Patrick Bet-David show. The guys who are, the super brilliant motherfuckers who have everything figured out as they fucking pyramid scheme their ways into more and more cash.
Go hang out with Andrew Tate.
Yeah, like selling the ability to sell insurance to people is Patrick Bet-David's business. He sells the ability to sell insurance. He's a fucking shyster. And this is his fucking well-paid, well-groomed dog that he lets out to go do public fucking appearances. Like, absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely.
Gaza. By the way, why is Gaza
because they want to clear Palestinians out of that land and take it. That's why.
And let's say that were the case, which it's not.
It is.
Why couldn't they do that? Because that's what everyone has done.
Why can't I just rob the locals of their land?
Yeah.
That's fine.
What the fuck? What universe did we fall into?
Oh, this is the garbage universe.
Yep.
The fucking dark timeline, man. Darkest timeline.
Done in that region for decade and after century.
Wait, why couldn't they do what?
The Islamization of the entire Middle East. Who's the centerpiece of that?
What word?
What
was that?
The what?
Islamization.
Yeah, there's all these Arab people in the Middle East. What's up with that?
It's not like they've lived there for
ever.
Bunch of dark-skinned people in Africa. I'm trying to see what the connection is.
They killed white Jesus.
All them black people getting the job.
These have been Muslim majority countries forever.
And why is every Muslim country fighting with each other? Syrians fight.
Are they? Are they? He just
So-
says shit. He just says shit. You can just say shit. Just say shit.
So he isn't completely inaccurate with that statement, but he's not right.
Of course he's not.
The division between like Shia and Sunni and other sects of Islam do kind of fucking hate each other and do take shots at each other whenever they can.
But that's but just lumping all countries in the Middle East into an Islamist intifada is crazy.
It is.
And I would say he knows he's wrong. He's also very stupid. So maybe he doesn't know he's wrong, but he's 100% wrong.
Well, and he's pandering to the people that will never fact check what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
exactly that.
I have a degree in political science. I have a minor in history. I like to do history in my spare time.
Can you say that first thing you said one more time?
I have a degree in political science.
That's the big horn.
That I totally use in my job now.
It's good for YouTube.
Me neither.
That's what political science and history degrees are for. YouTube content.
YouTube content or being a teacher, which nope.
YouTube content.
But that's so I don't know. I could talk about this forever and that'll derail the show. So
well,
fuck
needless to say, it doesn't get better. Like she takes the high road and just tries to get back to the issues, but I would have ended the show. Like the show goes on for another 15 minutes with everybody still in their same seats and all that shit. Oh, there would have been some furniture. There would have been some furniture moving in that bitch. I'd have came over that motherfucking table. There ain't no motherfucker. That tampon would have been up his ass so fast.
There is a perfectly aerodynamic white coffee mug right in front of her.
She's testing the wind. Picks it up very slowly.
All right, so
add it to his face.
Add it to the list. He's a nice dishonorable mention that Tim can add to the leaderboard since he does not even deserve to be ranked in any way, shape, or fashion.
No.
Fuck that asshole. Oh my God.
Fucking piece of fucking garbage. And see, the thing is, like, when dudes get around like these panels of presenters that happen to all be ladies and they want to get all bravado and he's like cutting people off and well, hold on, Toots, I'm talking over here. Hey, shut up. I'm over here. I'm not, the man is speaking.
Hey, when you said you loved Iran.
Yeah, now that you said that you're part of Hamas, and then she's like, I didn't say that. Don't say that I said that. Don't put words in my mouth. Oh, you're just not going to let me talk? Bitch, you can't lie on me. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you just say, all right, since you eat babies.
Well, I think that's what they should do. That's what you need to do to combat these people is just say random shit that they do. Do it right back to them.
Like,
what was that? You eat babies. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like, I don't know why in Florida you like to run around squashing baby ducks. You do it every weekend.
I love it. Stop
doing it.
They make a great sound, and I'm addicted to the sound. I shouldn't be, but I am. Except it's higher pitched, and that's what makes it so fun. Fuck. It's so fucked up. All right. Well, Tim is later than I expected. We have stalled long enough. We're gonna start rating. Let the ratings
begin.
Fuck you, Tim.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
There it is.
You heard what she said.
Attorney General Pam Bondi
Ranking Member Meng for holding this important hearing, and thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for appearing before us today. Madam Attorney General, I serve in addition to the Appropriations Committee as a ranking member of the Committee on House Administration. I sent you a letter last week along with my Republican counterpart, Chairman Brian Stile, requesting an increase in federal prosecutory resources to address threats against members of Congress, particularly in light of what happened last week in Minnesota, that tragedy. In 2024, the U.S. Capitol Police identified and received nearly 9,500 concerning statements or threats against members. Federal prosecutors have only secured 8 convictions so far.
That's a good record.
And the heightened threat environment demands an all-hands-on deck approach. Will you commit to assigning
0.002%?
Yeah, I was going to say it's less than 200,000, 200, or yeah, less than
185, I think, is the number I'm looking for.
Oh my God,
0.0185.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Now I need to know. Hold on.
Oh no,
my calculator said
it's 00185, 187. There we go.
Oh, I was close.
I guessed.
Oh,
I'm guessing.
Ollie.
Members, federal prosecutors
1.5 out of 1,000.
Wait.
Convictions so far.
Wait, what was the number?
And received nearly 9,500 concerning statements or threats against members.
9,508.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking exponents. So
yeah.
0.00084. So we're way off.
Federal prosecutors have only secured 8 convictions so far, and the heightened threat environment demands an all-hands.
Like, that's statistical noise. Like, do you even know if those were full?
Talk about government wasteful spending. They're not even doing their job
at all.
Even a little.
Will you commit to assigning an assistant U.S. attorney or a special assistant U.S. attorney in each of the 94 federal districts to, at least on a part-time basis, investigate and prosecute threats against members of Congress?
No.
So thank you for bringing that up. And I take that very seriously. Not only what happened in Minnesota was horrible. I've spoken to Keith Ellison. I've spoken to Amy Klobuchar about that. It's horrible. We are involved in that. The FBI was involved. Are you?
There were other people that were threatened.
And shot.
U.S. attorneys are involved. Many of these are district to district. So the way we're doing that is, I will tell you, my National Security Division is involved in all of those and assisting in those. We meet every single morning and we discuss that. But many of those, Minnesota, will be handled in the state in which it happened. Another one is Governor. I'm sorry if I can keep going. I'm sorry. I don't mean
quickly,
to.
though.
I filibuster. Governor Shapiro and what happened in Pennsylvania with Governor Shapiro.
Did we watch that? Did you guys see the inside of his house after that guy broke in and tried to burn it down?
No.
I'll pull it up for after this.
I've spoken to Governor Shapiro. We are working hand in hand, our U.S. attorney with the district attorney there, hand in hand, just like in Minnesota. I made sure our U.S. attorney and our district attorneys there were working hand in hand. Political party doesn't matter when something like this happens.
The question was, will you give them people and money because you're clearly not clearing cases?
Well,
I don't know what the political affiliate. What the fuck are you talking about, lady?
Also, he specifically cited the 9,500 threats against federal Congress, House, and Senate, not the local shit, which of course will be handled on the local scale with limited federal support.
Right.
Yep. He's talking about the threats that he's getting.
You know,
what are you going to do? Apparently nothing.
And
I haven't heard anything yet. So
it doesn't matter what party.
Working hand in hand. Political party doesn't matter when something like this happens. And I also want to make sure all members of Congress are safe as well.
Okay, and I would reiterate, Chairman Stile and I think Chairman Stile.
The fuck was that? That's somebody's phone in there?
Somebody's phone in the hearing.
Bing, bing, bing.
That's the Blues default ringtone that comes with an iPhone.
and I agree that at least a part-time in each of the 94 districts would be appropriate. Let me change topics for just a moment.
I'm really quick on that. Yes, we're doing that through our National Security Division, so I think that's already in the works, and I would be glad to meet with you in a secure facility to talk about that.
Very good. Thank you. Continuing, in addition to my role here, the committee that I serve on as an authorizer oversees Capitol security as well as federal elections. So I'm closely following the aftermath of January 6th. Recently, several defendants who received presidential pardons related to that day are now arguing in court that the pardon covers crimes like, for instance, illegal firearm possession discovered in a search of an individual's home in California months after January 6th. What's your position on whether the pardons cover these separate offenses?
This is the greatest question I've ever heard. It's nuanced.
That's an
S
tier question.
This is a question.
Yeah.
That is how you get to the meat, baby.
Slice to the bone.
Succulent rib meat. So these motherfuckers on January 6th that got let free, and then I say
crime.
I say let free because they knew they were all going to the Capitol because they had their fucking phones live streaming it. So I knew they knew how to find the motherfuckers. But when they got the cops showing up back at their house 2 months later, and they had a pile of drugs and guns on the table, and they picked up those charges, does the pardon cover the drug, the fentanyl production that they were doing in the yard? A good question to ask the Attorney General of the United States.
Well, that fentanyl came from China.
Our arrest with the president, not the Department of Justice, and some of that is pending litigation, and I cannot.
Let's hear that one more time.
What's your position on whether the pardons cover these separate offenses?
The pardon power rests with the president, not the Department of Justice, and some of that is pending litigation, and I cannot discuss pending litigation.
Well, I'm not asking you about who has the right to a pardon. I think as the Department of Justice in February wrote, the pardon is an act of grace which removes the punishment from a crime a person has committed. It further said, in its effect, the granting of a pardon is in no sense the overturning of a judgment of conviction. It is an executive action that mitigates or sets aside punishment. So as the chief law enforcement officer, what's your opinion? Not the president's power of whether he can offer a pardon. That's pretty clear in the Constitution. But for crimes committed unrelated to January 6th, would you suggest that the pardons would cover activities or crimes potentially committed outside of that by the same person?
Well, I don't know if you're referring to Joe Biden pardoning his son after he said he would not pardon Hunter Biden, or the
No, I actually
commutation
referred
of
to
all
January
the
6th.
all,
I'm sorry.
all the sentences that.
Oh,
deflect.
My.
Yeah. Hey, what's the common response? Okay, I need to get out of it. Blame Biden.
Hunter Biden got a pardon. Let's talk about that for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Another fun fact. There have been at least 6 people that are already back in jail after being pardoned from January 6th for multiple crimes, weapons, sexual abuse, and domestic violence.
Well, he pardoned 1,600 people. That's not hard to believe. I'm surprised it's not 10 times that much.
Well, it probably is. I don't know how well that's being tracked, if they're tracking every single person. I would guess a good 100 plus are probably fucked in some way.
So,
Europe.
Well, the people that were on death row, I've met with those families. And all of those sentences were commuted. I'm not going to comment on pardons on either side of the aisle.
So let's just not answer the question.
So you don't know how to do your job. All right.
Well, I'm not asking about either side. I'm asking, you're the chief law enforcement officer in the United States. You have a responsibility directly, be sworn oath to the Constitution, not the president. Want to know what your views are on the extent to which pardons cover potential crimes committed by individuals who have been pardoned but unrelated to January 6th.
Do you mean the ones that were done by the auto pen? I'm not going to discuss anything that
Mr.
could
Chairman,
be or not be pending litigation.
Respectfully, Ms. DeLauro accused you of filibustering. I think that's the height of filibustering. This is a serious, serious topic. And for you to suggest that you don't have an opinion or to divert to other things that had nothing to do with January 6th pardons, I think is frankly demeaning to your responsibilities and your job. With that, I'll yield back.
I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. What's this guy's name?
Unbelievable.
Mr. Dean. I don't know what his first name is though.
That is no, that Dean is I hate the way that the cameras are set up because everything's at like a freaking curved angle.
Mm-hmm.
Dean is next
by banners.
It's Mrs. Dean is next to him to his right.
Oh,
that is Rep. Joe Morell, a Democrat from New York.
Yeah.
And that's Pam Bondi, former Attorney General of Florida, who dismissed Trump's Trump University fraud case. I wonder how she got the job. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe he was a coincidence. He was just like name in a hat. Holy shit, Pam Bondi. I know who that is.
That's sucking us dry.
That's the person who threw away all that bad shit that I was gonna get.
Sucking us dry, and
there it is.
And then
I don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Oh, that's so good.
Well, how should we rate these people with Tim being absent with the spreadsheet? Or do you have
well, this is a beautiful opportunity for us to use our secret fourth member, the audience.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you guys are along for the ride now. We'll go with Mr. Morell first. Content. The words he said.
Yeah, it was excellent. Was it S tier? Not quite, but he was good.
I don't know. That question was so
that question skyrocketed. That's what I'm saying. The rest of it was kind of average, but that question and singing her on that was just great.
I think that one question pushed his C to an A.
Yeah. I would agree with that statement completely.
Words he said is definitely an A, for sure.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, there was a question up here. Let me get to the question. Can anyone tell me when the pardon thing became a thing and why?
What? The pardon thing became a thing? What do you mean?
I think we've had it. I think we've had it the whole time.
I believe it was in February of 25 that Trump pardoned 1,500 people convicted or were in the process of being convicted for crimes related to January 6th.
Yeah.
And of course he did that.
Or do you just mean when did the presidents gain the ability to
I think they're just asking about pardons.
Oh, they've always had that power.
Yeah, it's a constitutional power.
It's never been used the way Trump's been using it. God, I need Tim on this question.
I think we looked it up. I think the most ever was FDR.
Yeah, but he pardoned a bunch of people for war crimes or something, right?
Yeah. It was like almost like 4,000. So Trump is in like second or third place.
Third place.
There's a couple of presidents that did war pardons.
Roosevelt did 3,687. Truman did 2,044, and Trump is easily over 1,500.
Yeah.
But instead of pardoning people for war things like desertion or whatever, which a lot of presidents do after conflicts, he is pardoning his shitty ass supporters that tried to attack the Capitol and kill Democrats. So,
hey,
thank you, Hells,
because you are awesome peeps. Hail Satin.
Hail Satin.
Hail Satin.
Sounds like a very comfortable hell. Okay. You guys got to give us letter grades. Sorry, I wasn't very clear about my instructions. That's on me. I need some letter grades. He performed well, serious, well-phrased question. I'd give him an A. Thank you, person impersonator. Let's get a few more in here. That was perfect the way person impersonator did that. Just a couple of thoughts and then give me a letter. We'll keep pushing on to delivery.
It was all right. Professional.
I think I'm going to go C.
He was kind of stale in a lot of spots, but C's a bit too low. I'm going to go B.
I know Tim is pretty stale a lot of the time.
F on everything.
Sucking us dry and
oh, it's Tim. Okay.
My God, it's Tim.
Oh my God.
You're here just in time to start taking track of scores.
That is true.
Delivery A.
Delivery A.
Get right on that mic too.
Yeah.
Who are we talking to?
We just watched Pam Bondi's amazing. You know what, Tim? I'll let you hear it.
Okay.
It's about the last minute here.
As the Department of Justice in February wrote, the pardon is an act of grace which removes the punishment from a crime a person has committed.
And honestly, I do need to hear this again because this is just so fucking backbreakingly stupid. And you guys can put in your content, delivery, presentation, and vibes votes for us.
Yeah.
Further said, in its effect, the granting of a pardon is in no sense the overturning of a judgment of conviction. It is an executive action that mitigates or sets aside punishment. So as the chief law enforcement officer, what's your opinion? Not the president's power of whether he can offer a pardon. That's pretty clear in the Constitution. But for crimes committed unrelated to January 6th, would you suggest that the pardons would cover activities or crimes potentially committed outside of that by this?
That's fun.
What?
Fucking shots fired.
I think this would be the correct order. Or maybe
we're a beard chart at a barber shop.
I don't know, Mikey. Do you have more beard?
No, I just got the chin strap right now.
Okay.
So it goes Mikey. There you go. There's the order.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yo, should we all have the same facial hair one day? Tim, we got to start growing out the bottom.
Yeah,
we'll all come in one day with the same shit.
I can go a little longer. Ollie could go a little shorter.
I'm about to say, Ollie, you're gonna have to meet us in the middle a little bit. That's fucking hilarious, dude. You win a gold fucking. You know what? You get one of these.
Take it for me.
The internet is yours. You win it. Congratulations. That was fucking funny.
You down to
God
one to the
damn it.
internet.
I wasn't expecting that.
Shit.
Same person?
Well, I don't know if you're referring to Joe.
But he asked, like, can the people who are getting busted for all this other shit, let me rewind the question. I shouldn't have talked over it.
Right. So as chief law enforcement officer, what's your opinion? Not the president's power of whether he can offer a pardon. That's pretty clear in the Constitution. But for crimes committed unrelated to January 6th, would you suggest that the pardons would cover activities or crimes potentially committed outside of that by the same person?
Well, I don't know if you're referring to Joe Biden pardoning his son after he said he would not pardon Hunter Biden, or the commutation of all
January 6th.
all the sentences that the people that were on death row. I've met with those families, and all of those sentences.
I don't understand.
I'm not going to comment on pardons on either side of the aisle.
So, well, I'm not asking about either side. I'm asking, you're the chief law enforcement officer in the United States. You have a responsibility directly, you swore an oath to the Constitution, not the president. Want to know what your views are on the extent to which pardons cover potential crimes committed by individuals who have been pardoned but unrelated to January 6th.
Do you mean the ones that were done by the auto pen? I'm not going to discuss anything that
Mr.
could
Chairman,
be or not be pending litigation.
Respectfully, Ms. DeLauro accused you of filibustering. I think that's the height of filibustering. This is a serious topic. And for you to suggest that you don't have an opinion or to divert to other things that had nothing to do with January 6th pardons, I think is frankly demeaning to your responsibilities and your job. With that, I'll yield back.
There you go. Polar Night says, this is scary. I get to see and listen to 4 normal Americans. I need to stop watching Fox News. I got bad news. I got bad news for you.
Yeah. I'm not American.
You have insulted Ali and the great nation of Canada.
He's definitely not normal.
No, that's also definitely not normal.
He's above normal.
But
on
don't
all
worry.
of the readings.
51st? No, I don't want to do that.
Don't even start.
I'll bring back the voice at a different point.
Okay.
So what are we grading?
So we graded him first. We gave him an A on content. Delivery was a C.
B, C, B.
Okay, we can fight it out. All right, B or C? What y'all say?
C plus.
B.
Okay, I'll go to B. I'll go to B with you. I'll go B. Because I forgot about the end part where he wrapped it up. He's like, "You are
You
dumb.
suck."
You're not good at this."
Who the fuck is this?
This, thank you for asking, is Joe Morrell.
Joe Morrell.
He's from New York.
He's walking here. I'm repping here.
He's filibustering over there.
Yeah.
Did he mention Rosa DeLauro in there too?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he said that Congresswoman DeLauro
Oh,
said
yeah.
Bonnie was filibustering.
That's right. You're right. I thought you was talking about like in his questions. I was like,
no,
I don't think so. Just mostly about January 6th. No, I didn't bring up your fucking lady. Oh, other stuff.
Car photography wants to know if we all went to college.
I did not.
I did.
Yeah,
poli-sci degree.
Job.
I don't use my college like what I went to college for at all in my professional life, but oh well.
I went to work.
I never stopped going to college.
Yeah.
Tim is college.
Tim is college.
Still.
Yeah.
I have more degrees than I have frames to put them in.
That's true.
You need to buy some new frames for your house.
Yeah, you need to buy like you only need like 5 frames. I mean, they sell more than 5.
One big frame that has like the boxes for separate things in it, so you can just have the giant degree.
Yeah, like a vision board, but all your degrees.
Degrees.
A degree board.
Like behind me. Do it like this. Like this. And then put red pins in all your degrees.
Let me tell you, car photography, I don't entirely disagree with you. College costs way too much, and
it does.
A lot of degrees, like some of mine, don't amount to much.
Yeah. I graduated in 2006, and I saw the writing on the wall. So I went to work as well, and I had family shit that I had to take care of. So it wasn't a good time for my life to end while I needed to go off to college.
Now you're not trapped by crippling debt.
No, except I'm not. Because if I did go to college, I'd be in the same fucking boat, but I'd be 160 grand in the hole.
I used to know a guy who was a professional student. He was just kept going to school, taking out student loan after student loan. He had to be $500,000 in debt, but he had been going to school for 30 years.
That's Tim in the future. That was just future Tim.
I'll do you one better, car photography. I have a degree in government.
Bum.
There's no government.
What government?
What government? See that little MPA? I have a master's in public administration. Yeah, that don't exist anymore. There's no such thing as public administration.
But anyway.
I work in medical device, and I have a poli-sci degree.
Anyway. So we were B on delivery.
Okay. Yep.
Presentation.
He's congressional.
Yeah, he's just that average look. Yep.
Yeah. B
so
plus.
right again,
you know, it's not. Looks good.
Yeah, we'll give him a B.
Yeah.
And finally, vibes.
That one question rocked. That one question did rock.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the rest of it was pretty flat, honestly.
I think I'd still give him an A because of how good that question was structured. It doesn't matter what else he did.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And the sign off was good.
Based on the evidence I saw, an A is appropriate for vibes.
Yeah. Shall we save Homegirl? We'll save Homegirl.
Is there more? Oh yeah, I have to find a Gutfeld clip.
Oh
no!
What?
Have to?
You can
you
fuck
don't have
off.
to.
You know,
listen,
Tim.
we're already an hour and 10 minutes into the show.
Tim, you are not in charge.
No, he's right.
He's in charge.
He is right. I won't. I'll just keep popping it off screen if he tries to pull it up. Don't worry.
There you go. All right.
Mikey has no power here.
You have no power here, Gandalf the Grey. That's my favorite sequence in all the movies because it's so spooky ghost. And I think he thought that they were gonna like put something on his voice, and they just didn't do it. So he's talking like this. But anyway.
Sucking us dry and
is it time for Mom Donnie?
Push the goddamn button! Push the goddamn button!
You heard what she said.
Future mayor of New York.
Woohoo!
Mamdani.
If elected, you would be the oldest person ever sworn in as mayor.
And Cuomo. It's a twofer.
If you serve 2 full terms, you'd be 76 years old upon leaving office. Is somebody in their 70s the ideal age for holding the second hardest job in America?
Let's do 1 term at a time if we can. I think
handle
it's
multiple
very important.
things.
Experience matters, and I think inexperience is dangerous in this case. Mr. Mamdani has had a staff of 5 people. You're now going to run a staff of 300,000 employees. He's never dealt with the city council. He's never dealt with the Congress. He's never dealt with the state legislature. He's never negotiated with a union. He's never built anything. He's never dealt with a natural emergency. He's never dealt with a hurricane, with a flood, etc.
He's never sexually assaulted anyone.
And now you have Donald Trump on top of all of that, and he's never dealt with what I think is the greatest national threat that we face in this president.
Why is his best friend giving you money?
Put a person in this seat at this time with no experience is reckless and dangerous. To Mr. Lander and his experience, remember, this was the fiscal watchdog under the Eric Adams administration, which was like the bookkeeper at Tammany Hall.
Obvious plants clapping. Way too hard.
Yeah, way too hard.
Who woos that? Come on.
Mr. Mamdani.
That's my
To
brother.
Mr. Cuomo, I have never had to resign in disgrace. I have never cut Medicaid. I have never stolen hundreds of millions of dollars from the MTA. I have never hounded the 13 women who credibly accused me of sexual harassment. I have never sued for their gynecological records. And I have never done those things because I am not you, Mr. Cuomo. And furthermore, the name is Mamdani, M-A-M-D-A-N-I. You should learn how to say it because we got to get it right.
And I'm going to be your mayor, bitch.
Yeah. May I respond?
My response, or is this my 60 seconds on the question?
Let Mr. Landers speak, and then you can respond to both.
Okay. Just to be clear, is this my response to Andrew, or is this my 60 seconds
No.
on
This is your
experience?
response if you choose.
Thank you. So I've gotten so many Eric Adams contracts canceled, we can't keep track. He tried to put a $432 million no-bid crony contract, and we audited it, and we got it canceled. We have done it time and time again. Andrew knows a lot about corruption. That's part of the experience he had. He created a corruption commission and then killed it as soon as it got too close to him. But his senior aides had to resign in corruption disgrace. And let's be clear, he has experience. But leadership is not inviting 25-year-old young women into your office, as he admitted he did, and then asking them about their intimate life and whether they would date older men. I lead by building the best teams, not through sexual harassment, corruption, and disgrace.
Yeah.
Damn. This guy could have been mayor too. It would have been fine.
Dude, it was
those two were working together, eh? Those two were on Colbert the other night.
Yeah.
They were supporting each other.
Yep.
They were both just as long as Cuomo doesn't get in. That was their right?
Yeah.
So.
I mean that was the tactic, and it obviously worked because even though this guy, I forget his name, yeah, he came up pretty short, but he was a lot of people's number 2, not Cuomo. Like the ranked choice voting system really matters when 2 candidates team up and one of them's like close to a front runner.
All right, I'm gonna run that back so we can get it again. Should we do Cuomo, Mamdani, and Lander?
Let's only do one of them. I don't want to.
Okay,
Mamdani, it is.
Yeah. We all know Cuomo is going on the. He's going on the undesirables list over here.
He's going on the sex pest list. And all the rest of the sex pests.
Ooh, should we put him on the fuck this guy list? Is he a fuck this guy?
Yes.
Yeah, actually,
For
yeah.
sure.
I forgot we had that list. Good thing we made that last week.
It's like,
Hey, look, a Democrat we hate.
Tammany Hall.
Mr. Mamdani.
To Mr. Cuomo, I have never had to resign in disgrace. I have never cut Medicaid. I have never stolen hundreds of millions of dollars from the MTA. I have never hounded the 13 women who credibly accused me of sexual harassment. I have never sued for their gynecological records. And I have never done those things because I am not you, Mr. Cuomo. And furthermore, the name is Mamdani, Mamdani. You should learn how to say it because we got to get it right.
I like that.
I feel like you should learn how to say it was gonna be followed up with something more fiery.
He held back.
I gotta not. I gotta hold back a little bit.
Because we gotta get it right.
No more.
Because I'm dog walking you and you're my bitch.
Yeah,
because
that's some racist shit. Like,
yeah, quit mispronouncing my shit on purpose. Like, fuck you. It's not impossible to say. You're just a dick.
Former Governor Kokomo.
Right. So yeah, Cuomo's going on.
Listen to become this country.
Yep.
And Mamdani. Content.
Oh.
Was there enough there?
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe I'll grab another answer from them. Here we go.
Yeah.
Grab another
if there was enough there to really do content.
Okay. All right. Looks like there's the question. All right. Public safety.
I want to say it very clearly because both Mr. Tilson and Andrew Cuomo's Republican billionaire donors have been lying about me on our television screens and right now. I will not defund the police. I will work with the police because I believe the police have a critical role to play in creating public service, public safety. And fundamentally, when I put together our proposal for the Department of Community Safety, it was built upon the many conversations I had with rank and file officers who had told me that they signed up to join the department to take on serious crimes. And yet what they were being asked to do is play the roles of mental health professionals and social workers. And that is part of the reason why 65% of crimes in the first quarter of this year are still not solved. We need to ensure police can focus on those crimes and we have mental health professionals and social workers to address and tackle and resolve the mental health crisis and homelessness.
Okay, and was it?
I just want to clarify.
And the mailers and all the advertisements online about him have been that he's going to defund the police.
Yep. Well, I've seen so many clips on TikTok and YouTube Shorts of just Fox News saying again and again and again, he's going to get rid of the police. We're going to explode on crime. Everyone's going to get shot in the streets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Automatic sniper
Nothing
weapons.
cares. No one cares. And like, I'm getting more and more disappointed with just normal people that just refuse to fact check anything. And I think that's what college taught me. It taught me how to bullshit, and it taught me how to check my facts to make sure I was actually talking not out of my ass.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's the purpose of a poli-sci degree, is like just to teach you how to fact check. Like that's all you get out of it, is like research skills.
well, and be able to admit when you're wrong. I don't know, like Mikey, when you were on that other show today, I thought that representative was from Texas. Double checked it. I was wrong. You admit it. You move on. Like that's it.
The world keeps spinning.
Yeah. Someone else was misinformed, and I didn't take my own advice, and I didn't double check it before I said something. But you go back and fix it. So
it's not hard.
No.
Here's his answer on anti-Semitism.
Genocide appears more than 26 times. So that tells you where his heart is. Okay. Briefly.
Ooh, he got booed there.
I'm being smeared for echoing the same words as Israeli historians Amos Goldberg and Daniel Blattman. I am being mischaracterized on the stage for echoing the same words of a former Israeli prime minister, Ehud Olmert, who said recently, "What we are doing in Gaza is a war of devastation. It is indiscriminateness, limitless, cruel, and criminal killing of civilians." I say these things because far too often we take what can be a place of disagreement and instead start to broach beyond that. And these kinds of characterizations, they are part and parcel of what leads to the dehumanization in our city, which is why an elected official in our own city has called for me to be deported. It cannot be disentangled from what's going on right now.
Okay. Thank you, candidate.
Thank you. This next question is about education. As mayor, you would be leading the largest public school.
Okay. You can tell, like, I don't know if you guys can see the little spikes of viewership. These are all his answers to things. That's the only thing people were watching.
Can you find the one where he's like, I'm not going to go visit Israel and I'm going to stay in New York and do my job? It has to be in here somewhere.
Hold on. I can here. You know what? I'll reveal my tech tips. So if you guys are having your own little channel, here's what you do. You go into here, you click more, you go to show transcript, and there you go. There's a transcript of the whole video that you're watching. Then you hit Control F. And then what'd you ask me?
Oh, the part where he's like, I'm not going to visit Israel immediately. I'm going to stay in New York and do my job.
So I'll type in visit. This is the Cuomo. Cuomo said he was going to visit mosques over and over again, and he lied. He never did it. Trip? No, it's not that. Jersey Texas Jersey trip. New trip compared to tripled. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. There we go. 19 times Israel was mentioned. All right, this is at 2 hours.
And then similarly, when you guys asked Zoran Mamdani about Israel, then it became a back and forth between him and Cuomo about whether Mamdani was...
Yeah, you got the timestamp for that, Mr. Newsman?
No.
I think we're getting in the weeds here a little bit.
Okay. Pull us back.
So let's roll it back to the review here.
Okay.
The various clips of Mamdani. What do we think content wise?
For
content,
yeah.
He presented himself well. He spoke eloquently, I thought. The words that came out of his mouth made a lot of sense to me. I'm thinking do I want to give him an A? I think I do.
I do. Especially since like they've been running like the straight up nastiest smear campaign ever. And for the fucking debate to finally show up and he's none of the things that they've been saying that he is, it just makes it hit that much harder. They were using Photoshop to darken and lengthen his beard to make him look more scary Muslim, you know? So I think for him to be the scary Muslim with a beard and then for him to come out and be so energetic and eloquent totally flies in the face of the fucking narrative they've been trying to paint about him.
Also, going at Andrew Cuomo the way he did in that first little segment, that shows a lot of balls. He's not afraid to go after the guy who's supposed to be the front runner.
Right.
And for someone who is not the front runner and is at that point further back in the field, it's something he had to do, and he knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Guys, I think he was only at like 20 or 30% at this point.
He won because of this performance.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. And his social media presence. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know he's a rapper?
Yes.
So for content, I'm gonna have to give him an S. I think.
Yeah.
Was it that strong?
I think it was that strong.
Okay. I can't disagree.
Especially tying it with his victory over a very centrist. I guess they were hoping he'd be a safe candidate in Cuomo, and how he crushed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also they ran a dude with 13 allegations of sexual misconduct. That was the person to run.
This is the DNC, baby. This is how we play now. It's, hey, Trump's a rapist. Why can't we run a rapist? Like, this is how the fucking DNC thinks now. And they're wondering why everyone's running in fucking droves. It's fucking morally bankrupt. But we're going to kick them all out and take it over. So it's all good.
We're getting near to the point to need a new party. But
all right. So we're agreed S rank on content.
Sure. Yeah.
Delivery.
This is where I was going to put my S because he delivered it on the stage to Cuomo's face about the fucking subpoenaing women's health records. Like, I thought that was like amazing to pull off in the situation, like on the stage in front of him, to not like he held back that last little thing he was going to say. It's MAM. Got to get it right. Like, he held that one back, but he was not holding back you fucking harass these women so you could get their gynecological records. Like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So I was going to do S on delivery, but I'll go with A since we already gave him an S on content.
Yeah, I can live with that. A is good for me.
I'm in that ballpark too.
A+.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pineapple. No, I can't.
Don't you pineapple man? It's a good man.
Vibes.
Presentation.
What? Yeah, presentation.
This is gonna hurt him in the long run. I'm only gonna give him a C. Pretty bland, man.
Yeah,
that's not much of a jacket, is it?
No, it's not.
But you could make the argument that he's not a millionaire. He lives frugally. It's not his goal to be the sharpest dressed person. It's his goal to do the job well. I don't know how well that's going to tie into his ranking here, but
look, I hear what you're saying, but that's not how our show works. Motherfucker should have wore a better suit if you wanted a higher score in this video.
He lives in New York. He only makes $100,000 a year. He doesn't have any money.
He gets a B for me. I think a B is good.
I'm not being that suit, dog. I got standards. That's a C suit.
B+.
He's not dressed well. We can be honest.
I'm just gonna give him a B.
Yeah, I think the suit is fine. I think the tie is worse.
The tie is atrocious, dog.
It's a bit wrinkly, and the tie is very bad.
He could definitely be better.
So,
he could be better.
I hate y'all.
And finally, vibes.
V base. A.
What?
A+ or S for me.
Yeah, I was almost. I think S on this. That's what I was thinking.
I do. You know what? S vibes on the mayor. Mr. Mayor gets S vibes from old Mikey
fam. Out of the park, really.
I caught him blinking.
Yeah, you did catch him blinking. Although it looks like a very satisfied blink. He's very happy with his blink.
It's almost Cheshire cat-like, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Ah. Ah.
That's funny. Who is this Joel fella? Yes, good that you blocked him, jackass. Nothing.
Cool.
Yeah, car photography's being something.
Yep.
You're on the show. The chat will take care of him.
Yeah. Hey, chat. Calm the fuck down a little bit.
Okay.
I got the band hammer too.
Well, we gave away band hammers so that people can use them. So,
yeah,
as long as they're using them with a proper license.
Listen,
execute Order 66.
We're pretty chill on this channel. Just be chill. All right, so
yeah,
be chill. We'll stick the gang on you.
Or do I have it's a special Gutfeld clip?
No,
what?
Special.
Fuck off.
Why? Why did you do that?
Do you have another one, or should I just
Yeah, I'll find one.
Sure. All right. Well, I'm just gonna
let him do his garbage.
Oh God.
He has to force pineapple on us whenever he can.
He must pineapple us. He can't finish unless he pineapples us.
Oh, gross. So gross.
Sucking us dry.
This is a special episode of Gutfeld. Gutfeld is not the host.
Wait, is this wait. What? If this isn't his monologue, then I'm not watching this.
No, it's a monologue.
Okay. I was about to say
he's just out sick today.
Oh my God. It's somebody else?
It's somebody else.
Oh my God. Tim, you gave me a substitute Gutfeld?
Substitute
Gutfeld. What did I
do to you? And go.
Night Hells.
Night Hells.
Oh, thank God it's broken.
Oh, thank God it's broken.
You guys can't hear it, can you?
You forgot to share the sound.
I have to get
great clip, Tim. Let's get to the rating.
I give it an F.
F. I think F
all the way across.
There we go.
F for fuck that guy.
Oh, you fixed it.
There, comedy.
Oh.
Hey, Joe, what's up?
Oh, not much, Dana. We're so excited that you're hosting the show tonight.
I'm very excited too. I'm going to try something that Greg has never tried before.
What's that?
A joke?
Hilarious.
Comedy. Oh.
Why are their eyes open so wide? It makes them uncomfortable.
I think there's a lot of cocaine in the dressing room.
Mm-hmm.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Dana Perino in for Greg on this special edition
Dana
of
Perino.
And it is special. Let's start with some jokes. There's a stifling heat wave that
Oh
continues
my God.
the Northeast. It's so hot in New York City. Instead of Molotov cocktails, protesters are throwing Slurpees.
Just stop for a second.
F1.
Did she just tell basically the same joke? Well, let's tell jokes, and then came out and said, "Let's tell jokes."
Yes.
Right. She just told, like,
and she stepped on her strap-on dick to say it. Like, oh my God.
Oh,
this is so bad.
She
also we got a weird audio effect. Is it up all the way?
Is the clip is up all the way? Yes.
Okay. It's like fading or something. Maybe it's me. I don't know.
Is anyone else having an audio issue? Can the chat hear it fine?
Does this sound normal to you guys?
I'll play it more.
And the new Brad Pitt movie about Formula One racing opens in theaters this weekend. Now, I don't want to say that Brad is getting a little old, but he spends 90% of the movie driving around with his left turn signal on. He offered to do his own driving as long as he could pretend he was running over Angelina Jolie. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker announced that he will seek a third term next year. Needless to say, of course, J.B. has a long history of asking for thirds.
Mikey, he's the governor of your state. Do you get that joke?
He's fat.
Oh, I see.
Ha-ha!
Ha-ha! Body shaming.
Got him.
He's also a billionaire, so fucking watch out, Fox News.
Sue yo ass.
In New York City's primary for mayor yesterday, Governor Andrew Cuomo was defeated by socialist Zoran Mamdani. Cuomo was so stunned, he tried to grope himself.
Almost funny, but just not quite a joke.
Men to get screened for cervical cancer. I do that every month, said one man.
Oh, here comes the said
all you guys as governors.
So here comes the said Here comes the said one man thing again. God damn it.
Yeah.
Same fucking people writing it.
After AOC said she wanted to impeach Trump, he responded by calling her one of the dumbest people in Congress, which isn't fair. Why limit it to Congress? Trump did say AOC is far more qualified than Jasmine Crockett, but that's like...
Yo, why they always be finding crazy pictures of Jasmine Crockett?
You know why?
Well, they got to make her look bad.
Look at AOC picture, normal enough. It makes her look a little sinister, but whatever.
Yeah.
Jasmine Crockett. Come on, Fox News. Stop being racist.
Nope.
They can't help it.
Like saying Greg is more bearable than Jesse.
Even she's shitting on Jesse. Come on. Leave the poor man alone.
Show's job.
Be fair, he makes.
They just make fun of each other so they can't get sued. They can't afford to pay any more money out.
That's right.
Rip on each other, goddammit. Chew on your brother if you want to bite somebody.
Trump then referred to AOC as the mouse. Now, that's not fair either. One struggles to find its way out of a basic maze, and the other's a mouse. And finally, a retired general called Operation Midnight Hammer a little bit surreal.
Is that what it was
compared
called?
to Operation Midnight Hammer when Bill went clubbing in Vegas. So, New York just held its primary for mayor and elected a socialist as the Democrat candidate.
I just came back from an open mic where comedians are just like working on their shit. They were better. Every single one of them was better than this.
This is crazy bad. Like I'm having like, what's that? Like third party shame.
Oh yes.
like the Schadenfreude, not even Schadenfreude. Like, it's like, do you not know that is the worst joke I've ever fucking heard in my life? Like, god damn, this whole show sucks, dude.
I'm gonna wedge this in here again, but this is what it is.
It's a comedian saying unfunny things to an audience, and then a second audience watching that first audience not laugh and finding that funny.
That's what we're doing. That's what's going on here.
Pretty
What
much.
the fuck, dude?
Jesus.
But it's more. It's not even funny though. It's just
Look at Scott over here. Scott, we know, Scott. We know. That's why they can't keep talking. They can't stop talking about it. They're obsessed.
It continues.
Candidate to move on to November's general election, moving NYC ahead in the race for most self-destructive city, somewhere between Chicago and Mogadishu. 33-year-old
They don't know
Zoran
where Mogadishu
Mamdani
is.
beat Andrew Cuomo in this shocking upset on Tuesday.
Is that in Michigan?
That Andrew Cuomo, the same one who sentenced
Upstate
grannies
New
to
York.
death in nursing homes during COVID. I guess the senior vote was important after all.
That's a morbid joke.
Wow.
That is so fucking morbid.
What?
God damn.
Yo, y'all can't say shit else about me. I'm the funniest bitch ever. I'm the funniest motherfucker that's ever been on TV. If y'all think that's funny, holy shit.
I'm feeling ill after that statement. Honestly.
Why are you ending our show on a pile of hot pineapple garbage?
It's more fun this way.
The same Cuomo who resigned in disgrace and blamed his gropey tendencies on being Italian, like he was Super Mario popping Cialis instead of mushrooms. But a guy like Zoran is today's Democratic Party.
Pause it. That could have been funny, but you just can't talk.
She's got no delivery.
She couldn't even deliver it. Tim, hit us with that joke.
That's
All right,
the theme of the show, though.
Tendencies on being Italian, like he was Super Mario popping Cialis instead of mushrooms.
All right, so he's blamed his tendency on being Italian, like he's Super Mario. What was it? I can't even remember.
Being Italian, like he was Super Mario popping Cialis.
Popping. She doesn't even say it right. Cialis.
It's Cialis.
Like Super Mario.
She's saying the chalice.
Cialis.
Instead of mushrooms.
Instead of mushrooms. Like, put inflection in your voice.
You gotta. She's just reading it like it's a headline,
and yet she is still significantly better than Gutfeld.
Yeah, because Gutfeld makes those stupid fucking faces.
I was about to say because Gutfeld makes that face after every fucking not joke. That was funny, wasn't it? Like, I want to kick him right in his fucking ball sack every time he makes that face. Fucking
oh boy,
that's the Gutfeld noise from now on. It continues.
Ali, were you going to say something?
No. No.
Nothing that he can say on a stream.
He said, "Get this shit over with."
Continue.
Yeah.
But a guy like Zoran is today's Democratic Party. This is where the energy, the money, and the ambition are. An anti-Semitic, socialist, inexperienced, immature radical who promises to freeze the rent, offer free bus rides, tax corporations and the 1%, and open government-run grocery stores.
I just want to point out what's bad about any of that.
That shit sounds lit, fam.
Yeah.
I've never really wanted to live in New York, but that sounds
pretty
sick. Nice.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem here. Also, why the fuck? I know that we're not going to grade her on presentation, but why the fuck is her suit like that color of orange?
That's
so Trump will see her.
Food as efficient as the DMV. Instead of being at Whole Foods, you'll be in the bread line the entire day. Now,
they think it's going to be like Soviet Russia or something. That's what they think. It's gonna be like.
Food lines.
Tim, now that orange is my favorite color of orange for a disc. That way I can find it when I throw it in the woods.
Boy, Ollie, I didn't think that was going to end with an isk. It was rough.
Ollie, stop throwing women in the woods.
Stop throwing your dick at people on the subway. We can't keep fucking Ubering you everywhere. It's too expensive.
Oh, good
We need
lord.
you on public transit. You cannot keep getting banned.
You know, I think she's wearing the same color orange that Mikey's wearing.
Fuck you. I am wearing Goku orange right now.
Yeah, so
Come
is
on,
she.
Mikey.
No, she's
Solidarity with Fox News.
I hate everything.
Mamdani didn't.
Listen, she's orange crush orange. Right?
Ah, there you go. Orange Crush Orange.
Orange crush orange.
Is that anything?
Orange.
I am Kamehameha orange. Fuck you.
Kamehameha.
Hello, hello.
Didn't come up through business, law enforcement, or even working at a Jamba Juice. No, he is a failed rapper, just like our own MC.
And a city fucking councilman. That's
And
his
a state
job.
representative.
Yeah.
Right.
He's assemblyman, yeah.
I'd rather be a failed rapper than a failed everything Trump has done.
He is an elected politician several times over.
This is Dana Perino, Miss Non Sequitur.
MC Hammer. Failed rapper, just like our own MC Hammer.
Who the fuck is Hammer?
That's not even a picture of MC Hammer, is it?
To dropping
No, it's
economic
MC
fairy tales. He was born in Uganda, educated at Harvard, never had a real job. He's a New York liberal's dream since they love anyone who is not white or competent. Imagine Che Guevara with a
Not
TikTok
even a
account.
joke.
That's what we have.
That's just
Zoran grew his support among young voters through the popular social media app, amassing over 400,000 followers and millions of combined views on his account. Posting videos with AOC, Bernie Sanders, supermodel Emily Ratajkowski, and that little twerp David Hogg who tried to hijack the DNC but lacked the grip strength to take the wheel. Before the election, National Review called
that
him
a joke?
break.
No.
Oh, that was just a talking point.
None of
We
this-
move on from jokes to talking points.
All right.
None of this is jokes.
No, it hasn't been a joke since they started talking about him.
I don't know what you're talking about. Comedy is now legal again.
Yeah,
The only almost joke was the Mario Cialis thing, which she blew anyway. So
She stepped all over it. Yeah.
brain rot candidate and hoped New York Dems of common sense would see through the social media smoke and mirrors. They didn't. And other blue cities like Chicago tried to warn us. The Windy City went from Lori Lightfoot to someone even further to the left, Democrat socialist Brandon Johnson.
Mikey, how is your rep doing in Chicago here?
You mean the mayor?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's great. He's funding a lot of the after school shit that has gone away into austerity by taxing these $1 billion corporations who sell skyscrapers to each other. Well, they're going to have to pay a few million off the top. We want a little piece of that, and they're building shit for the kids with it. So is doing pretty good so far.
Chicago's mayor a Democratic socialist?
No, he's just a Democrat.
Has Chicago fallen into a hellscape that there's no return from?
No, it's actually been getting safer and safer. The only problem we have is, all the guns from Indiana.
Oh,
Yeah.
Republican
which
state.
is a Republican state. Hello, Dexter.
And all the cats.
Oh, hi, kitty. Meow.
Chicago Tribune told New Yorkers, quote, they've seen this movie before and the ending isn't pretty.
Chicago Tribune's owned by a billionaire.
Then they ducked under the editorial desk at the sound of gunfire. So what does
Is
Funny.
that a mass shooting joke?
It is a mass shooting joke at a publication.
I think they're just trying to say that Chicago is riddled with gunfire.
Oh,
Again,
okay. From Indiana.
Those are not our guns. Those are Indiana's guns with no fucking serial numbers on them and shit like that. That's an Indiana problem that bleeds into Chicago. And also, maybe don't lock up the heads of all the gangs because you think that you're doing some decapitation strike when all you did was take away the reasonable people and then you started a gang war. And that's what we've been dealing with for the last 5 or 6 years.
Political infighting? Shocking.
Mamdani's victory mean for the rest of the country? Well, as Politico notes, it signals a seismic shift in national politics and a test for the socialist movement. A win would shock the Democratic Party and inspire other like-minded lefties.
Maybe.
Translation: America, be prepared for people like Zoran to pop up where you live. But then comes the real socialism. Big government devolving into dictatorship. Look around the globe. Socialism's batting average makes the Mets look like the Yankees.
Kettle.
Yeah. Pot kettle is exactly right.
Fuck.
Homie is literally like, maybe I'll run for a third term. These Democrats are over here trying to just live in. They're just trying to run for extra elections.
Listen, I don't think anyone here on this show is a fan of the Democratic Party in general.
No, not at all. Fuck the Democratic Party.
It's just a better alternative.
And
yeah,
maybe
well,
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing: we're not bipartisan. We are people centric. Period.
Yeah. I think that's probably true.
Whatever
we will
taking
call
care
out
of the citizens the best.
We will call out the shit on either side.
Fair.
However, the sides aren't even equal today. So it gives the appearance of being partisan towards one side. We do our best to also fuck Cuomo. We put him on the dishonorable mention.
Yeah. Well, no,
but see, that's the difference between us. But that's the difference between us and the DNC of the past. They would fucking get behind Cuomo no matter what. Shut your mouth, take your marching orders, and you're just we're gonna push him through because he has the best chances of winning. And that's what they have been doing for decades. And the people have been unheard for decades, which is why when an asshole like Trump shows up promising them the fucking world, knowing damn well he can't fucking deliver, that's his whole MO, is to just lie to people, get them to fucking, sign on the dotted line and then run off with a bag of money. That's his whole thing. And he fucking tricked everybody again. So we're not on anybody's side except for the fucking citizen side.
And really, this is more of a just make fun of politics show. So
yes.
Yeah. And speaking of which, I'm not going to play any more of this. But
thank you.
Thank fucking Jesus.
We should review the Gutfeld replacement.
Pineapple.
Honestly, I don't think it's pineapple. It's better than Gutfeld.
Special
Gutfeld
edition of Gutfeld, and it is.
He's right. She is.
I hate to say it, because if we didn't have Gutfeld to put it against, and this was just on its own as her on her show, pineapple all day, every day.
Yeah.
F+.
No, it's still a pineapple. Just because Gutfeld's the worst pineapple doesn't mean this isn't a pineapple.
Correct. But we are going to have people from this show dominating our ranking list till the end of time if we give pineapple.
It's not our fault the show is bad, Mark.
I am trying to make it so we don't have to watch this shit. Y'all seem to want to watch this shit. And if you keep giving them these ratings, we're going to watch them.
She gets a B.
Listen. If I have to be, no, you can't do that. If I have to be radicalized by fucking listening to Jordan Peterson drone on about the 12 rules for life, all right, you have to watch Gutfeld clips.
And that's not Gutfeld. That's not Gutfeld.
We did take super chats for people who don't know what Tim's talking about. We did set a super chat goal that if we got a certain amount, that Tim would have to read the 12 things. But then we exceeded that, and then they paid for the audio book. So yeah.
I'm currently halfway through 12 rules for life, and when I finish, we're gonna do a little deep dive into Jordan Peterson, because that dude is fucking crazy.
Tim will be streaming from an extended stay hotel because he read the whole book, started talking crazy to his wife, and she put his ass out on a curb for what the hell? You done lost every love. Oh wait. Oh,
Tim,
do I have it?
Tim, when is that show going to be? I think I have a meeting.
I'm sick that day.
Ollie, it's all you, man. You and Tim can talk about Peter as the Canadian.
Does it make you to talk crazy to anybody? Have you lost your mind?
Can we schedule that show for August the 6th?
No, Ollie. I'm going to schedule it for the day you get back.
August 7th. Yeah.
We'll wait till you get back.
Yeah, I'll wait to get back, Ali. So
I saved the links in a list, so that way.
Let's go through this one at a time here. So
F.
Dana Piro content.
F.
Pineapple.
Okay.
He's entitled to his opinion.
He's entitled. He's entitled.
Dana Piro delivery.
Oh, that's a pineapple.
Pineapple.
Yeah, that might be a pineapple.
That is the. If I have to give her a pineapple, that's
dude.
The
she ruined the one good fucking
chance.
thing that she could have fucking said. It was right there, and she still fucked it up.
Yeah, the crazy part is their writing team produces like maybe 2 actual jokes an episode in those monologues, and usually fucking Gutfeld shits all over them. But this lady didn't even know how to like do the punchline. She just read it straight.
Yeah.
And she didn't even bring up The View.
Right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, yeah, we didn't watch it anymore.
Oh, she might have, you're right.
It could have come. Just
yeah.
So vibes.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Pineapple. You know what? I'm gonna go F because she's not as fucking slimy and gross as Greg Gutfeld is.
Yeah, F plus.
F minus.
F plus.
I'll be reasonable with an F.
Plus, minus, plus, pineapple plus. Ooh, Scott has an idea. Different sized pineapples.
Different size.
We could expand the shit rank.
How about instead of size, smell? Different smell pineapples.
Ah, gross.
Different aged pineapples.
Pineapple. Are we talking like 1943 MRE pineapple?
Oh.
Or are we talking about 1972 can of pineapple lost in a bomb shelter? Or
That might still be good.
Tim's example of pineapple at the buffet that has been there for several years.
Buffet.
We're gonna have to think about that.
Let's see. I just gotta hold on here. We gotta figure out what Gutfeld averages to.
Not well.
Okay.
My face hurts.
He has unseated by this one clip.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
Who's worse?
Because he has had several reviews at this point.
I'm gonna need you to be drug tested.
So
you broke up, Tim. I didn't hear you.
Oh, I'm saying that she has unseated Gutfeld at the top of the shit list.
Really?
Yeah.
But he was all pineapples.
No, we actually gave him a couple of not pineapples.
That's y'all. No, it's the appearance thing.
That's true.
Y'all kept giving him B's and C's for appearance and shit.
Right.
Now look at
the
it.
Appearance thing.
But we have to be honest.
So
you know what? There might be a way to curve for that. Because no, it's true. It's true. We're not grading the ladies on presentation because
they decided to get very personal on one person and we all got yelled at.
Yeah. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
I will grade those. I will grade those on a curve. And it'll probably average out to Gutfeld being on the top again. But she's gonna be second.
Guess what?
Yep. She deserves it.
Guess what?
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Just a thought. We could be just rating the show.
Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Secretary Kennedy, for being here today. It's actually not our first time meeting. We met a very, very long time ago when I was 9 years old in Westchester Putnam County at a Riverkeeper event. And I remember back then you talking about the importance of science and environmental action at that time. Listening to a lot of your...
I was muted so no one heard my hilarious joke. I said her eyes are up there. All y'all stop drooling.
And a lot of the messages that you provide to people.
What are you, the drool police?
you talk a lot about corporate influence and corruption in government. And this is an area that's very important to me, and it's an area that I do a lot of work in. I am, as a public servant, completely financially divested of any conflicts of interest with any healthcare companies, any stocks, any lawsuits that I would financially benefit from. Are you?
Yes.
You're completely divested.
Yes.
You have no financial interest in any lawsuit, crypto, none of that.
No. Oh, okay. Crypto? I own Bitcoin.
Okay. And do you have any other securities or assets?
I don't. I mean, I had to go through this with the Office of Government Ethics, and I had a few interests that were very minor that I divested.
Okay, just checking. I'd always
it's a good question.
I always like to know what the field is before I enter conversations. So thank you.
Get him.
In the healthcare space, something that we've both spoken to is that some of the worst actors are in the for-profit medical space. Are in for-profit health insurance, big pharma, et cetera. And one of the worst companies actually is United Healthcare in this respect. United Healthcare is the largest health insurance company in the country. They are the largest employer of doctors and own thousands of pharmacies, clinics, surgery centers, and home health agencies, as well as hospice providers. Secretary Kennedy, are you aware that President Trump's Department of Justice is reportedly investigating United Healthcare for criminal insurance fraud in some of their for-profit health insurance plans, like Medicare Advantage?
I'm not aware of that investigation.
You are not aware that the Trump Department of Justice is investigating the largest insurance company in America that
I'm not aware of
for fraud in Medicare Advantage?
No, I'm not aware of that.
That you have jurisdiction over?
It doesn't surprise me.
Okay. In your submitted testimony, you said HHS takes seriously our role as responsible stewards of taxpayer dollars. Are you aware that for-profit insurance corporations like United Healthcare have been found to be defrauding public dollars of more than $80 billion?
Your objection is noted, but overruled.
Yep.
Overruled.
Yep.
$1 a year?
I'm not aware of that number, but
I'm
not aware that there's fraud across the for-profit sector.
Respectfully, Secretary Kennedy, if we're making decisions around waste, fraud, and abuse, this is the largest source of waste, fraud, and abuse of public dollars in the public insurance space.
You say $80 million?
$80 billion a year.
Did you say 80 million or 80 billion?
80 with a B.
Keep up, dude.
Billion.
With a B.
Yeah. If that's the case, why did you nearly double the rate that taxpayer dollars give for-profit insurance companies like United next year? If you don't know those things.
Double the rate? How did I do that?
So your agency nearly doubled taxpayer dollars.
Wow. He doesn't know anything about anything.
How did I do those things I did?
Did I do something?
Did I do that? That needs to be on the board. 100%. Laura, my sweet.
Dollars that for-profit insurance corporations like United will be paid next year, meaning these companies, the largest of whom is under investigation, criminal investigation by the Trump administration, will be receiving an additional $25 billion from your agency.
How is that happening?
I would be happy to submit to the congressional record evidence of this. I will enter the CMS press release from April 7th of 2025 into the record, which states that Medicare Advantage corporations will now receive a 5.06% increase in payments next year under your jurisdiction, Mr. Secretary. This is up from 2.2%.
I mean, what
rate
without
was proposed from the Biden administration. You are doubling the rate that the Biden...
The gentlelady's time has
criminally
expired.
Investigated companies.
The gentlelady's time has expired. The chair now recognizes the gentleman.
Crypto?
Pharmacies, clinics, or
crypto? Yeah, I have one.
I have Bitcoin.
Dude,
I could go on
really-
Crypto. I got one of them.
Trump coin.
Here you go.
About what?
Yabba dabba doo.
About what?
About his division, about anything that he does?
Yeah, they were asking. I think that clip is from they were asking him about money stuff. He's like, "What funding? What? What money?
Dude, you gotta look at what you signed, man. Like,
he just closing shit. He don't know what the hell going on.
Hmm.
Trump said close everything, so he closing everything. He don't know what the fuck going on.
Yep,
clearly. All right. And to address the chat very briefly, we're gonna keep making fun of the dude's clothes, and we do that so that we can compliment the dude's clothes that we like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a double-edged sword that they are faced with every time they get on camera.
That's right.
And when we do presentation, we don't just do their clothes. Like if they're on their own set or something like that, we also do like all of that too.
Setting, lighting, like a lot of
camera
things.
work. Camera work falls into that.
Audio
We
work.
judge-
If the audio work sucks,
Shitty podcast.
Yeah.
Is weird furniture.
Content for AOC.
Unfortunately, all the congressional hearings are in the same fucking room, so you can't really.
Content.
Are we doing AOC? Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no sense doing dickhead.
B plus?
Smart AOC. Yeah, B plus, A minus, somewhere around there.
It was good.
I can agree with that.
She was
delivery. We got another clip after this. I'm trying to get us through.
Oh,
I see.
Delivery. B.
Yeah, B.
Yeah, she was just.
She kind of walked him through it.
V base.
Vibes and A.
Yeah, I'm going to give her
them up.
Yeah,
A or A plus because she queued him up to make himself look like an ass for not knowing anything about his own department.
Yeah.
So like,
and I think, and I don't know for certain. I'll have to do some more research. I don't want to go fake newsing around. I don't know that he was honest about having divested. I think that's why she asked. You know what I mean? I think that's why she brought that up. The fact that all this money was going to these health companies, and then he may or may not have a vested interest in them getting these monies.
Yeah,
but that definitely doesn't stop his friends from doing so.
Or he gave all his money to a family member or another friend to do it for him. Like that's
interesting, muy interesante. Vibes for AOC.
Yeah, A.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, it's a good A.
Oh, girl, baby girl. Oh,
that's when she got the S.
All right, I have some quick information on it. He is divested, but he is still interested in certain lawsuits where the U.S. is not a party of the lawsuit. So he's not completely divested from lawsuits. That looks like that's the big one.
push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
You heard what she said.
Oh yeah, Ali, this is for you.
Mr. Chairman, earlier, Secretary Kennedy, you said you wanted to instill trust using truth, evidence-based, gold standard science. But Mr. Kennedy, in late May, the so-called, quote, Presidential Commission to Make America Healthy Again released what HHS described as a, quote, groundbreaking assessment that purported to identify the key.
Oh, I didn't say who this is. My bad. I'm over here watching the video with y'all. This is Raul Ruiz, and he is a Democrat rep from California.
Yeah.
California. Somewhere west.
Someone put his name in the chat so I can spell it correctly.
Cauliflower.
I will do this.
Childhood chronic disease. Improving the health of America's children is a goal I share, and I recognize this is a passion of yours, Mr. Secretary. That is why I was struck to learn that the report was riddled with mistakes, misconstruing and intentionally or not misstating key references, data, and evidence that either do not exist or are not accurately reflected in the report. When journalists reached out to many of the authors of the studies included in the MAGA assessment, numerous researchers and academics stated that they never wrote the papers as cited, or the papers cited didn't even exist altogether.
California is so funny.
California.
You know, that reminds me of Big Daddy when he's like, heap hop anonymous. Damn you give him all the easy ones.
Together. Mr. Chairman, I want to submit these 3 news reports on these miscited documents from notice from May 29th and May 30th.
Without objection.
And small piece of context. RFK Jr.'s department put out their first report, and it was full of bullshit. Like, full of literal bull. Oh, yeah. A bull pooped on the ground. Someone picked it up, typed with it, and gave it to the American people. It was like it reeked of fucking Chat GPT.
Yeah.
It referred to a lot of articles that had never been written by authors who had written other articles for magazines and shit like that, or had written that article in a totally different year. It was made up. He made it up, and he got caught because people read the fucking citations that he put at the bottom of it, and they were all fucking bullshit.
Ms. Secretary Kennedy, you're listed as the chair of the commission. Did you read the report and fact-checked its sources prior to publication?
No. All of the factual
Did you read the reports, and did you yourself fact-check them, sir?
I did not fact-check.
You did not fact-check. So why then, as has
all
been widely reported, excuse me, sir, I'm speaking. Why then did the report include a citation to sources that don't even exist? How does that happen under your leadership, sir?
All of the foundational assertions in that report are accurate.
They did not exist. How can they be accurate if they did not exist, sir?
Some of the citations
in fact.
New member.
I love Tesla.
Welcome, Lord Greg of the Underground.
My understanding is that even once the report,
thank you.
Even once the report was updated, more authors and researchers came forward stating that their research was misconstrued. This is quite unbelievable, sir. In fact, I was a pre-med at UCLA. They have a great pre-med program. If somebody...
Why can't we have him up there then?
Yeah, right.
Someone who actually went to school for medicine.
Damn. Yeah, that would be nice.
Did he kiss Trump's ass?
No.
Then no.
All right.
He turned this in as an undergrad to their professor at UCLA, they would have received an F, sir. An F for the misinterpretation.
Yo, I didn't know he had props.
I didn't know he had props either. Yeah.
Falsehood.
RFK, he's already given him an F.
Yeah, right. Hey, motherfucker Ruiz, get the fuck out of our fucking lane, dog. This is our show.
Wait, no. Come on the show. Come on the show, Ruiz.
Oh, hell yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right, Ali. My bad.
Who got his email?
Sir, calm down, sir. We'd love to have you.
Person impersonator is right. We don't have to even grade him. We're done.
Yeah.
F.
I just screenshot it and call it a day, huh?
Bam. Yeah. There's the thumbnail for the show.
Man, see,
RFK
this is why
gets an F.
See, this is why you keep smart people around you, because my friends know. Oh, they know exactly when to activate my weirdo senses and get me to do shit that is funny later. Here we go.
And also citing references that don't even exist. That's lying and dishonest, sir. My concern here,
citations were corrected in 1 day.
is that you and this administration are undertaking vast changes to our federal public health system and using purported facts and gold standard evidence that you claim to have as justifications for your decisions, actions, and frankly, your decimation of our nation's public health infrastructure. Yet what you are relying upon isn't real. It isn't data-driven, and it isn't based in fact, science, or reality, sir. It's wrong. As a secretary of one of the most consequential departments within our federal government, mischaracterizing data is not just some typos in a report that gets put on a shelf. Instead, your words and your words of your department carry significant weight. Do you agree?
The
Does it carry
citations in that
significant weight?
report were wrong.
The
That was a mistake. They were corrected within 24 hours.
Yeah, but there were wrong still even after that, and they're wrong still today.
There were no
So do you
erroneous
believe that
factual
your
assertions,
words
Congressman.
carry significant weight?
There were no erroneous
Do you
factual
believe your
assertions.
words carry significant weight?
There were no
Does
erroneous
the
factual
do
concerns.
you believe that the Secretary of the Department of Health and Human
Bro.
Services plays an important role in upholding scientific integrity?
Yes.
Okay, so then, in fact, what is most striking about this is that you've also threatened to bar governmental scientists and researchers from publishing in top medical journals. You've barred them from publishing in top reputable medical journals and instead proposed, quote, creating our own journals in-house.
Oh God!
The idea that we would limit the ability of federal researchers to publish in the most preeminent medical journals and instead have HHS just publish more reports like their MAGA failed assessment,
Yeah,
lacking the
exactly.
scientific rigor, accuracy, or peer-reviewed criteria that are required by leading journals should worry us all for the future of medicine and innovation. Sir, you mentioned that building trust was a priority number 7. You have failed already in building that trust. How can we trust you when in your report, under your leadership, when you're the chair of this report, has false information and makes up research that didn't even exist? So, Chairman,
you left me
I
no time to
yield
answer
back
the question.
the reminder of my time.
Because you wouldn't have answered it anyway.
Yeah, that was the point, dickhead. It works both ways. You talk so that they can't get a question out, and then they talk so you can't answer in time. See how that works?
No. Wait.
Okay, let's
No.
rate Mr. Ruiz and call it a night.
Oh, we're done.
Great. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's RFK. Never
No,
mind.
yeah. He
Oh,
can't have
no,
an F.
F.
Yeah.
That'd be fucked up. We gave him an F just because he was holding the papers. Like, sorry, dog, that was easier.
All right, so content for Congressman Ruiz.
Yeah, that's an A.
Yeah, he was lighting them up.
Yeah. That's a good A.
Lot of good points he made.
Yeah,
All right.
I like how we printed it out ahead of time, put the banana clip on there, and then put the post-it with the F.
He didn't.
Props
use
win the
he
show.
obviously
Yeah,
didn't use
props
our
are
print shop,
props.
though. He didn't use our print shop. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the Headliners print shop in downtown DC is really looking for its first customer.
Uh,
What was the right wing one we were gonna do? Oh, Truth Tellers. No,
Yeah, Truth Tellers.
Truth Print.
Truth Tellers print shop. Delivery.
I might knock him a little on his delivery.
He stumbled a few times and he was
He's-
reading a
he
lot.
He stumbled, and I think one of the things you have to do when you're wrangling these weird secretaries is you have to let them trip over themselves more.
Yeah.
And he really talked over him a lot.
Yeah.
He
Which
didn't
is also
trap
fun.
him. He just kind of tried to lead him.
Like AOC,
Yeah.
Bernie, Elizabeth Warren, they'll use that first 30 seconds and you'll be like, this is my best friend. So
Yep.
I just want to know, since you're not divested, why do you, like, you know what I mean? Like, they always set you up. He was just like, hey, dumbass, this shit was all fake. I'm a med student and this is bullshit. You're dumb.
Yeah.
This is dumb. You're dumb. We're all dumb.
Which I definitely appreciate, but
I like the energy.
it's like maybe even it's like a B- for me. Like
I like B minus.
I was thinking
Person
B.
impersonator says A for content, B- for delivery.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah. Well, we're
like
right
that.
on board then.
All right.
We're not crazies.
Now we're gonna judge his looks.
Yeah.
Hot as fuck.
Hot AF.
S tier.
S tier.
There's something that shirt. I like the way the buttons with the black thread around the buttonholes.
Yeah,
That
the
was sharp to
buttonholes
me.
have black thread. You caught it too, Ollie.
Yeah.
We are weird.
That's sharp.
It's
Those are
different.
actually caterpillars.
They're literal caterpillars that he had larva on his shirt.
Nature Valley, baby.
That is a hemp shirt.
Scott says A Mason for delivery.
Oh my god.
I'll go with B for.
Yeah, solid B for appearance.
Sucking us dry and
God damn it.
B plus.
I like how they all like represent the congressional pen like every day. It's like maybe it helps them get
before I give that B. Is his prop included in presentation? Because I'm going to put him up to an A for the prop.
Yeah, where does the prop fall? That's a very good follow-up question.
Prop is presentation.
A.
Yeah, so put him.
I think it affects his delivery. But
I don't know.
Chat, let us know. Is prop presentation or delivery?
What did we give him for presentation or delivery?
B.
B minus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're right. It should be presentation, I think.
Yeah, let's give it. I think he deserves a 2 A's or a B and an A.
Benet.
Benet
and a half.
And finally, vibes.
I want to give him an A.
A minus.
I think
I was thinking B plus. So A minus, B plus.
All right.
Yeah.
It was really good. The prop was great. His message was strong. You gotta let RFK sink his own boat.
You do.
And he talked over the boat.
A little more space, and I think he would have been good.
Yeah. And granted, they don't give him a lot of time. It's like, yep, you have 2 minutes to interview the blah blah blah. Like that's not enough time to do it.
Okay, I'll add it to the playlist. But I found Cory Booker and Emile Bove.
Next week.
Yeah, we'll do that next week.
Cory Booker.
Stay tuned.
All right.
He had a couple of. What's your senator's name, Tim?
I have Chris Murphy and Richard Blumenthal.
Blumenthal, that's the one. He was the one who was. Did you have that brainworm on the whole time, Ollie?
I saw most of the RFK part.
Yeah. Ollie has a brainworm prop, which I also want to recognize. You know, props are props. Props
He
to
did
the
make it
props.
himself. He did make it himself.
That's true. Yeah. He had to borrow a color. What do you call it? A freaking. What did he call it?
Pencil crayon from the next door neighbor's little
pencil
kid.
crayon. Colored pencil.
Miss Non Sequitur says props are presentation.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yes, but I got the email, Bove. We'll do that next week.
All right. So we have some changes to the leaderboards, gentlemen.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, the negative one, yeah. We need that.
We'll do the bottom. They're the worst.
Liver King got arrested.
Yeah, Liver King got arrested.
Yeah, can't threaten Joe Rogan.
Can't
Not
go
in
around
Texas.
threatening
In
the world's
Texas.
greatest podcaster. Number 5 for the worst, Jordan Peterson.
Wait.
Not particularly.
Number 4, down from number 3, Elon Musk.
Ooh. God, that just makes me sad. Anyway.
No, number 3, even though we didn't rate him in the last clip, RFK Jr.
Yep.
About what?
About what?
We are making fun of an old man, but
I don't care. Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him.
Get out of public life. You only get made fun of.
He's trying to dismantle our food safety system. Fuck that guy.
About what?
Yeah.
Just put bleach in your chicken.
Shooting straight up to number 2, Dana Pirro for her substitution of Greg Gutfeld.
I'm wondering if we should just be rating that show.
That's a question that we can answer later.
Yeah.
And on number 1, the regular host of Gutfeld show, Greg Gutfeld.
Jackass.
Trump is not even on the list, and he is the
Not
one
even.
destroying our country.
He got
Neither is
bumped.
Vance. Vance
got
got
bumped.
bumped last week too.
They're not out there
Being
making bad
dumbasses.
clips.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we could watch.
You're doing. Do you understand that?
We could watch Trump's presentation after he bombed Iran. That one was not great.
We could watch him answering questions at the
NATO.
NATO.
No, NATO and
the
last week
G7?
at the G7.
Those are all suggestions for next week's show.
You're real ugly.
And the top 5, Starting at number 5, there's been a big shakeup on the top 5 list. Let me tell you. Part of it was my math was wrong, but part of it is people have done better. So, number 5, Jasmine Crockett.
I hate
I
Elon
do like
Musk.
Elon Musk. I'm gonna say it 50,000 times.
Number 4, the new mayor of New York City, Mamdani.
Is he the mayor or is he the candidate, right?
He's the Democratic candidate.
Well, but that basically means he's won.
Well,
Eric Adams has some weird poll.
Yeah, and Cuomo might try to run independent and just spoil shit because it's the DNC, baby.
So Adams will win then, basically.
Now,
they'll try to block him.
Number 3 and number 2 have kind of been gerrymandered by Mikey, but number 3 is Congresswoman Underwood, Mikey's representative in Congress.
Oops, you mean President Underwood?
Sucking us dry and
oh my.
And number 2 is
Those
Mikey's
are women now.
senator,
They want the
Tammy Duckworth.
Look,
she's cool.
It's not my fault she's a badass.
Yeah, she is a badass.
And of course, number 1, getting there because he's the fucking GOAT. Representative John Larson.
Shame! Shame!
Oh. Taking my headset off for that one now on. I still heard it.
Yeah, you could probably just open your window and fucking hear it from my headphones. Yeah, 500 miles away.
So those are the guys. Those are the leaderboard at the halfway point of the year.
Yep.
Are we halfway through the year already?
Fuck, it's the end of June.
Holy shit.
God, the world's awful. That's how fast time's going.
Man, I honestly feel like it's been 2 weeks, but also like it's been 10 years.
Right?
Plus or minus a decade.
Yeah.
We have done 99 reviews so far.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, 99.
Good thing you had the brilliant idea of having a fucking spreadsheet, or else this would be a real mess.
It would be. And I'll just briefly go over. We have an honorable list and a dishonorable list. This is our honorable list at the halfway point of the year. Bill Keating, Representative Sarah McBride, the Haka Girl.
Oh yeah.
Representative Mike Flood's crowd.
That one crowd though.
Cory Booker.
Oh yeah, his
Sean Fraser from Canada. Representative Hickenlooper or Senator Hickenlooper. I don't remember which.
You didn't write down what video it was, did you? Just the names, huh?
No, I didn't write down.
Oh my God, this girl.
Bernie Goldman, Dan Goldman, and that's it for the honorable mentions. Our dishonorable mentions: Keith, Representative Keith Self, Bruce, local Bruce. You know the guy.
Is he in Progress Only's?
Progress Only, yeah. Progress
the
Only.
The guy that ran against it. Okay, yes. That all right.
Sean Hannity for some reason.
Yeah.
Destiny from the Destiny and Peterson clip that we watched.
Jesus.
Ashley Freely. Scott Besson, our Secretary of the Treasury. The Young Turks in general.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've fallen from grace.
Oh, you missed the Anna clip from earlier.
Yeah, I was going to say we got a new one for this.
We got a new dishonorable mention. I'll play it for you after we're done here.
And Mark,
wow.
And then we have 3 people on the fuck this guy list. It's Senator Mike Lee.
Yeah.
Current New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
Also, yeah.
And Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah.
And the guy from that clip needs to go on the fuck you list.
Oh yeah, that guy too.
Not the dishonorable.
Yeah, Adam, whatever his name is. We'll get it from the clip later. But yeah, total fucking piece of garbage. We watched the clip where he threw a tampon to Anna Kasparian because he was losing an argument.
What?
He threw a tampon at her.
You'll have to watch the show back, Tim. It was in the
man.
first hour block.
I'll have to catch the first hour of the show in a replay and maybe send in like a membership or something and like and subscribe.
You should do all of those things right now.
We'll love you forever.
Patreon.com/the Bin Podcast and become a patron.
And you get free air horns if you become a patron.
All the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ollie will shave off all his hair if you super chat $100.
I didn't say that.
Ollie, if
$500. Yeah.
at us $1,000, we will go to Canada and shave Ollie ourselves.
What? No. Wait. What? Not shave me. You're not shaving me. Maybe my hair on top of my head. But you're not shaving me. I'm not. I'm not holding still for that.
$1,000 is not going to play for 3 plane tickets.
That's $2,000.
Still not going to be able to cut it, dude. Come on now.
We'll drive cross country.
We could all. I will drive to Chicago. Mikey and I will hop a plane to you, and then we'll carpool up to Canada.
There we go. I got a Forester. We can do it.
We got this.
Hey, Mikey.
We're going to Canada.
Mikey, you want to go to Canada and shave Ollie?
Again? We won't be able to get back into the country. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
No.
I have a
damn.
I want. I go anywhere I want.
No, but yeah, so did Hasanabi, and then they stopped him at the airport, and they did the whole.
My name is Timothy Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to stop me.
They stopped the fucking lesbian Australian couple.
I'm not lesbian or Australian.
Yeah, that's not gonna. You have no defenses.
I am a white guy.
For now.
Your phone at home.
For now. Until they find out.
Exactly. Or take the face recognition and take the thumbprint off of your phone. That's my PSA for everybody. Because if they want to get into your phone, and it has a passcode, and you don't want to tell them, they got to get a warrant.
Also, or my cousin suggested this because he travels internationally a lot. Burner phone. Don't bring your phone anymore.
Oh yeah.
Travel with a different number and a different phone that's not linked to you.
I've actually done that.
Like,
so
about to use my old phone when I go out.
Yep.
Yeah.
My old iPhone.
Like and subscribe, become a member on the YouTubes, and do all the good stuff. And we'll see you next time on Unboxed
Tuesdays and twice on Thursdays. Woo!